And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with you. Baby, up with a slow motion crew. And we up in our growlings when people change, but not us. And we just chilling, kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the mall soon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. Even if my jokes aren't funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. 'Cause you got me holding. You got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep, honey. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me.
It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. It's hard to change it. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're the revolution. We're the revolution. With the ground beneath your feet, with a whisper in the trees. Do you feel us watching? Hunger in our eyes, victories on our minds. It's our time to rise. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're the revolution. We're the revolution. We're the revolution. We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
All you left me was the radio, and it goes like ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. Oh, every single song tells me we're through. Yeah, but I can't turn it off 'cause it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. And it goes like all you left me was the radio. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. And it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. Oh, every single song tells me we're through. Yeah, but I can't turn it off 'cause it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. And it goes like and it goes like ooh, yeah, yeah. When I press play, all I hear is you. Oh, every single song tells me we're through. Yeah, but I can't turn it off 'cause it's the truth. And it goes like yeah, yeah. Play, all I hear is you. Oh, press play, all I hear is you. Oh, every single song tells me we're through. Yeah, but I can't turn it off 'cause it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. And it goes like
it was night today when you entered the space of me. Fragrantly sedated, stuck in your gravity. Burn me alive with your cutting stare, crushed in the dive of your flooding prayer. I wanna taste of your freedom. I wanna taste of your freedom. Frozen inside when you're not there. Weight of the world on me, I don't care. I wanna taste of your freedom. I wanna taste of your freedom. A straight shot to the system. Please to be your victim. Nah,
Evening, everybody. Hope everybody's had a good, relaxing, productive Saturday. So, give me a second here. Yeah, so I'm going to do the PU tonight. My goal is just to do some chill salvaging, of course, like I usually do with the Vulture. Already made it to Ambitious Dream Station. Oh, I'm going to try to make a few dollars to add to my my honeypot for some upcoming ships to buy in game or some ground vehicles. So, anybody that watched yesterday, appreciated your time. A little rough of a stream than usual. Not with the group play, obviously. It was just getting everything set up as far as, for some reason, the Discord audio wasn't coming through and stuff. So a little bit of technical difficulties, but I did manage to iron those out. So everything's all good. And I think I found the root cause for my computer issue with it hitting the power button and not booting after I've replaced after the power surge, which I'm sure you guys have heard me complain about. I end up taking off my cooler, taking out my AMD processor, taking off all the thermal paste, reseating it, put it back in, and it boots, which makes absolutely no sense to me because it was never installed incorrectly in the first place. So yeah, I've just been running it all day, and I'll shut it down tonight, and I'll cross my fingers that it boots tomorrow. So, but yeah, just gonna do some chill salvaging. I already got to the Ambitious Dream Station already. So, and of course, I think the game just froze. Yep, it just froze. Give me 1 second here. We will reset. I love how that always usually happens right at the wrong time, right? Okay, I got to verify files. This will take just a few seconds. So I did jump on a little bit, as I said today. Made my way to the Ambitious Dream Station. Did a little bit of running around here and there and stuff in the game, and the servers were actually pretty dang stable. So I was pretty happy about that. Hey, Kyle. I need help with my Evinrude motor. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's a long video I posted a long time ago. I can try to help you. I'm not a mechanic at all, but I'll give it a go. What's your question? So on my YouTube channel, for anybody that hasn't perused it, I bought a boat from a gentleman. He was actually taking it up to his cabin, and it was an old Starcraft Super Sport model, which are kind of like the poor man's Lund. And I always like older boats because I can go ahead, tear out the interior, and basically create the boat that I want with the floor layout. I mean, even if you go and buy a brand new Lund, pay $30,000 to $40,000, you're still not going to get the boat's not going to be perfect to suit your needs, where you want storage and stuff like that. So he brings it up to my place. I look it over, and he wants somewhere near $2,000 for it. Motor doesn't go in reverse and stuff. And I'm looking over it, and I'm like, "You're gonna take it out this weekend?" He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna pull a tube and stuff." I'm like, "No, you're not." And he just kind of looked at me. He's like, "Well, dude," I'm like, "I'm not being a dick here. I mean." I'm like, "You're not gonna be able to do it." And he kind of looked at me and stuff, and I brought him back to the transom, and the transom board was broken, which the transom, for anybody that doesn't know, is on the back of the boat. That's what your motor attaches to. So long story short, ended up getting the boat for $600, rebuilding the transom with marine plywood and epoxy and all that good stuff, and it was good to go. Okay, Kyle. When you put it into gear, the engine starts to bog. If we're to give it to full throttle, it will die. So I'm assuming there's something wrong with the carburetor there, or the mixture. So like I had remote control airplanes, so I had like the nitro engines or whatever. So it sounds like it's running too rich. I would maybe try. The cheapest thing you could try off the top of the head of what I would do is maybe change out the spark plugs. If that doesn't work, I would assume it would probably be a carburetor, because it'd be like an air fuel mixture, would be my guess. And I'm sure there's some YouTube videos depending on the age of the motor and stuff. What year is your Evinrude? think mine was, so the boat that I had was a 70s Starcraft Super Sport. And I'm assuming it was like a 70s model on there. I know when I went to go get it looked at, because I wanted to get the reverse and stuff fixed on the actual motor. But there is no parts available for it anymore. And the guy's like, you don't, my best shot was to try eBay and stuff like that for motor parts. But that was my favorite boat. I've always bought used boats. Like I think the one previous to that was just a Northwoods with a 25 on the back of it. And I bought it. The interior is in rough shape. And I have a little bit of a construction background. Built a couple houses, all that good stuff, and helped my dad when I was younger. And it's not rocket science for doing the interior of a boat. You just got to take your time and just, yeah, it's not too bad. 1978. The guy sold it to me running out of the water, works fine out of the water. It does have a 90 pounds of compression. Do you know what I'm assuming the 90 out of 100, is that correct? Like I said, I'm not too familiar. I can do like basic troubleshooting, but that's kind of where my expertise ends.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered.
I know my Evinrude was really, really hard to start. So I'd have to take the cowl out before I got to the boat, or when I put up the boat launch, I'd park. Because I didn't want to be that dick person that's sitting there tying up the boat launch for everybody else that's trying to launch their boat. But I'd take the cowling off the boat, or the motor, sorry, and then I would shoot starter fluid into the carburetor. I think it's 120. Yeah, you know, other than just, I mean, my just basic knowledge from engines and stuff that I dealt with, and obviously remote control engines don't really correspond or correlate, but I mean, they both had a carburetor. I would say it would be the carburetor. There's something wrong with the mixture and stuff like that. You could kind of maybe take a look and see when you're doing your throttle and stuff. No, that wouldn't work either. Yeah, my opinion would be maybe take a look at the carburetor. I'm sure there's some videos out there to see if you can clean it out. Other than that, unfortunately, I don't have that much knowledge, and I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction and waste your time. So maybe calling up your local boat shop and kind of ask the professionals kind of what they're thinking. Because I'm thinking, I would assume that if it's a cylinder or compression issue, there's something wrong with your cylinder, which would mean that you'd have to visit your heads. Possibly reboard. I don't know if it gets that finicky, because boat motors, I believe, are just 2-cycle or 2 strokes, so should only have what, 2 cylinders in them versus the newer ones that the 4 strokes. Okay, let's grab the landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Excuse me. What kind of boat do you have on, or that attached to Kyle? Okay, while we're doing that, I am going to grab one more thing on my heads-up display. Get the extended info up there. Where's my speed limiter? There it is. No, I don't want a quantum. I want my... Give me a second. For some reason, my controller's messed up. Let me relaunch my controller or my Joy to Key software. Not responding. Cheers, have a good one. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful, but that's kind of my extent of knowledge on those, on you just motors and stuff like that. I hope you get it fixed. What do you typically fish for when you go out? You know what? I must have manually clicked scan mode. For some reason, my Joy to Key is not working. Oh, here we go. I can terminate the program. Did that actually terminate it? Give me a second here. Always some kind of technical difficulties, right? I'll get this done here real quick. Let's grab this window, throw it over here. Where is that app? So how's everybody's, as I'm doing this, how's everybody's weekend been thus far? It was fun last night to run in a group and actually do some of the bunker stuff. That was pretty neat. Give me a second here. I need to let me turn my engines off here for a second. And I'm gonna throw my, that's weird that works, but okay, Joy to Key. Let's right click and end that task. Okay, let's relaunch it and then we should be good to go. Where's my mouse? There we go. Oh, there we go. I think we got good. We got VTOL. Okay, for some reason it, there we go. We're all good. I don't need to do the technical chatter. And then if I can switch. Yep, we are golden. Okay, let's find some panels to scrape and hopefully turn engines back on. So I tried this, was it Monday or so, to do some scraping in the PU, and I had a full, I was pretty full, and I end up 30K'ing, and actually it picked me up back in my ship where I left off, and then started traveling back to the Ambitious Dream Station just to refill up on quantum fuel, and I ended up getting another 30K again. Got into my hangar, was able to pull up my vulture and everything in it, and then you know everybody knows how kind of the servers have been and stuff, and I 30K'd again and lost everything. But it is what it is, right? Okay, so anybody that's new to salvaging, we are looking for multiples of 2,000. So basically 6,000 and above. Mr. Wise, hello, I've been thinking of returning 2-star citizen after not playing for a year. Do you know, is it a good time to return or should you wait more? So I started back maybe 2.5 years ago, and I played a little bit with the guys. Probably played for maybe 3 or 4 months, and we kind of moved on to a different game and such. And I came back probably about two months ago. So one of the big attractions for me was cargo and the salvaging that hadn't been in the game before. And I really do like that game loop. And I do the $10 a month for through RSI or CIG or whatever, so I can get access to the PTU. And I find, for me personally, that keeps me entertained, because kind of when I've kind of ran out of loop stuff to do in the PU, there's something new and shiny in the PTU that I can jump into. Why is my throttle not working now?
Engines offline. Engines on the...
Apparently my throttle limiter is stuck. So we're shut off the engines. And I'm going to shut down the Vulture. Let's just start it back up and see if that error clears.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary drive. Your systems are online.
Apparently my speed limiter is not working on the ship. Oh, Star Citizen, why can't you just work one of these days? I think what I'm going to do at this point is try to burn off all my speed. Okay, so that keybind is working. Now my speed limiter is working. Okay. We're good. Have you been, Mr. Wise, have you been watching, I'm assuming, like other streams and stuff to see kind of the cargo and the salvaging aspect? The AI is actually much better from when I had originally started playing. They're definitely a little more of a challenge, which is kind of nice. Oh, we're gonna head to the 10,000 one over here. I was watching a little bit this evening. One of the, I don't remember the name of the streamer, but he was doing some Avocati 4.0 runs with Pyro and stuff. And I cannot wait. Oh, never mind. Now I know why I can't do that. Okay, let's switch back over to scanning. Okay, there's our panels. I'm gonna switch over. So it looks like the throttle right now is bugged. But we will gotta work around it. I'm just gonna keep my VTOL on so I can actually slow down my ship. Turn VTOL off. Yep, she's not wanting to stop. Oh, wait, I wonder. Okay, I'm an idiot. I had coupled mode on. Never mind. So let's see. Oh, the lights are working again in the Vulture. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be a good night, I tell you. I kept on, or I had a brain fart. And forgot that you can't adjust your speed limiter when you're in scanning mode, which I still think is one of the something that needs to get patched and fixed. And then, yeah, make sure you're not in coupled mode, then you'll just keep on going. Okay, let's get to it here. Double tap. So I do use, I have dual VKBs, and I am using Buzzkiller's keybinds. he's a popular one that people use. The other popular one is subliminal. And then last night, before I had jumped on stream, I decided to melt my dragonfly and my mole, just because I never use them, and I end up buying a Cuddy Red. So when I want to do more bunkers style gameplay and stuff, I can just set that down and set that as my respawn point, which definitely came in handy last night. However, I was a little conflicted because one of the gentlemen that was in the group had a Pisces, and I do like that it's smaller and can fit in spots a little bit faster or tighter. Sorry. So I'm maybe a little conflicted of my purchase, but I'm a big Cutlass Black fan. Personally, I started out with Cutter, and then eventually melted that for a black, and then I got another ship from somebody using my referral code, and then I ended up melting that and upgrading that, sorry, and getting a Vulture. And for me, the Vulture is a great money maker, whether you buy it in game or with your own cash. And the Cutlass Black is very versatile. I use it a lot for doing cargo runs with the Atlas or the ATLS suit. I find that really enjoyable. But it looked like the gentleman's channel that I was watching, 4.0 wasn't, I mean, he did have, quite a few crashes and stuff, but he said it was much more stabler than it's ever been. And it took a while for him to start getting the crashes and stuff. So I'm hoping maybe in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, probably more like 3 weeks, it'll go to the PTU. That's my hope, but nothing's guaranteed. Okay, so I'm going to take my camera. Those of you that don't know how you move your camera, hit F4 and you can use your your arrow keys, forward and back, and then you can use page up and page down to kind of dolly it around. I typically like to set it out pretty far away so I can actually see what's around me. And okay, so we have these two panels here. I typically don't go after these because there's not a whole heck of a lot on them, but since we're here, why not give it a shot? Pressure washing panels with the Vulture. One of my favorite game loops. And you can use gimbal mode and all that stuff for the tractor beam to grab these, but if you do end up getting, anybody that's watching, if you do get into salvaging and get specifically a Vulture, make sure you upgrade, just buy another braid scraper, and then in the loadout, make those your main. So here, let's see, it should tell me. So if I go to vehicles, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe that's gonna crash the game. Please don't crash. Oh, summon a biscuit. Oh, I think we're good. I don't know if I can select the Vulture right now. No, I'll have to do it once I stow it. Shoo. Got a little nervous there for a second. So I do have a Discord, and the link is in the description. If anybody wants to jump in to do some group play like we did last night, or just learn about salvaging if you're unsure, or just want to hang out, Star Citizen fan. I also have a channel in there, obviously, tiny houses. So I'm happy to. I'd love to see if you have a tiny house. I'd love to see it, or if you're thinking about it. I've built 2 of them, and I'd be happy to offer or answer any questions you might have. I do enjoy that. I've done it a few times. I do some consulting, and all my consulting obviously is free. I do it because I enjoy it. Enjoy helping people. And if you do join the Discord, share a photo of your favorite fluffy friend. I have 2 kids and they both have fur and unfortunately do not have opposable thumbs. So, their photos up there. Katie and Sam. And those of you that are taking the time to watch me struggle here and there, I am trying to hit my 50 follower goal. And I think I'm almost halfway there now on Twitch. I'm trying to get my way to affiliate, so I'd appreciate a follow if you have a moment. If not, no worries. Hey, Rekgar, how's it going? And for those of you that are new to the stream, my scheduled streams are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time in the U.S. Occasionally, if something like major drops, if I have time during during Tuesdays and Thursdays, I might jump on for a little bit. Weekends, I really don't schedule because I don't know what my schedule is going to be. But so yeah, that's kind of my schedule. You're just waking up. I am doing okay. I have no complaints. It's been a very nice weekend. And I know I definitely won't be streaming, I don't think, tomorrow. It's my mom's birthday, and her age is very old. That's how old she is. So we're gonna do something for her. Oh, there's a 6 there. There's a 51. Okay, let's head over to the 6 and see what we can find. Let's do this speed limiter up a little bit. You live in Eastern Europe? Very cool. Across the pond. Echo off. I don't know why echo triggered from across the pond, but whoa, slow down here. Throw veto on. What the? I wonder if they changed the nurses settings? Because it feels really, really greasy. Oh, the question is, am I going to be able to find these panels after I scooted right past them? Oh, thank you. I'll pass it on to her. Does it make me a terrible person if I don't know the correct age, other than very old? So I think it's 74. If I had to gander, I guess. So I know I was flying across the PlayStation or space station. So I think I'm heading this way. So we'll fly away and then come back and see if we can find the panels. So we're at 95 there. It does sound like a long swim. Long, cold swim at that. You guys have your daylight savings time this weekend, don't you? I think ours is November 3rd. Ooh, 26,000. I have never seen a signature that large. That's what she said, right? So let's back that off. Let's see what we can find here. Yeah. Yeah, last week was a tragedy. It was the last week that I could viably. Holy mother load here, everybody. So I noticed for salvaging, whether you're in the P2 or the PU, the small panels and these mid-sized panels will pop up at a distance. The larger rectangular patterns that are kind of folded off over on the top, they will not spawn in until you're literally 30 feet away from them. So my suggestion is when you find some panels, just go nice and easy. So we can just daisy chain. Okay. No, there's got to be some bigger panels here because that was a pretty big signature. We're going to kind of go nice and easy in here. You told my mother once she didn't look a day over 61. She said, better not, I'm 59. Yeah, right? Okay, let's pop up around it. Back up a little bit. I usually take my throttle speed limiter and take it down quite a bit when I'm kind of hovering around the panels. That way I don't accidentally get too spicy and end up hitting another panel. You don't have daylight savings time here, just standard? Okay. I have never been to Europe. It's always been on my bucket list. That and Japan. I would absolutely love to go to Japan. But the closest I've ever gotten is, they have YouTube channels. My buddies call them slow TV that I'll watch. So you got a guy walking around with like a 4K or an 8K camera. And he just basically walks around Japan. You know, at nighttime or during the day and stuff. I usually like the night ones. And definitely like I said, definitely my bucket list to watch. I had one buddy that I think he went to, I think it was Sweden for a wedding last year. And then he went to Rome to give a speech. And then I know a couple of my buddies, this is probably 2 or 3 years ago, went to see the Packers game over in Europe. I was supposed to go. I was all geared up for it. But the people that were supposed to buy my house backed out literally on the day of closing. So all my plans kind of fell through. But it all worked out in the end. I put my house back on the market and it was gone in 2 days. And I was much happier with the couple that actually bought it than the ones that originally put the offer in. So I missed that. And then my mom's been going over to Europe every year. She does a Christmas tour, so it was like Austria, Germany, and some other places. I think she got Sweden too. Was part on the tour. That was 2 years ago, and then this year she went to Italy for her bucket list. It's funny because my dad doesn't like. He likes Mexico and stuff like that because it's a lot warmer. But he will not go to Europe for some reason. I don't know if he's on the do not fly list. I don't know anything about that. So you just drop your gear easier for me than missing with yeah. It does feel lately the speed limiters or the speed that you carry with you feels a little more greasier and stuff. And I'd expect that in atmosphere, but not so much in space. Okay, so we have the one panel. There should be, there they are right there. I'll head over to this guy next. There should be another, there's got to be a big panel here somewhere. I'm just waiting for it to pop up and try to take me out. But my mom is happy with her Hallmark channel this time of year. So, keeps her busy and out of trouble. Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, he went to Finland because he went to the fjords for the wedding. Now I remember. Both beautiful places. Obviously, my own experience is actually, like seeing pictures and maybe video online and stuff like that. But hopefully someday I will be able to make that journey. If not, I'll do it in another lifetime. As long as whoever is responsible for putting us here doesn't have a sick sense of humor and reincarnate me as like a blade of grass. So. You been there? Was very disappointing in Paris, though. Run to a few big panels that didn't spawn properly. Yeah. So what, just out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking, why didn't you, care for Paris? Aside from what they did for the Olympics. Let's reorientate myself here. Yeah, when I was on Spectrum, I did a search before I posted the panel thing on there. I didn't see anybody else mentioning it at all, and I haven't got a notification or anything like that since I posted. But I'm sure stuff like that's low-hanging fruit. This is probably the first time in about 2 or 3 weeks that my lights have actually worked on the Vulture. So I will call it a win. It's filthy. I went to, so I do freelance 3D work. So I do graphic design, video editing, 3D, all that good stuff. And I use Maya specifically. And so I met this guy when I was in school down at the Renaissance Center in Tennessee. Got my Maya certification there, and we kept in touch. And then I went to SeaGraph, which was downtown Los Angeles. This was a long time ago. This is when Alias Wavefront was the owner of Maya before they sold it to Autodesk. And so I'd never really been out of Minnesota. other than like when I went for basic training for the Air Force down to Lackland. And so, like I said, first time in California and stuff. And he brought me out to Laguna Beach where he grew up. And I think we probably took maybe like 2.5 hours to drive out there. And the roadways were just garbage everywhere. It was just absolutely disgusting. I mean, once we got to Laguna Beach, it was beautiful. I still question why they call it blackened chicken and not just barbecued chicken, but that's just me. I couldn't figure out that. But that's too bad. You'd hope it'd keep the city cleaner. But, I mean, it's not the city's fault. It's the people that live there, because obviously they're throwing the garbage out. Your hanger is bugged in the PU, so you're playing in the PTU. Gotcha. Lights aren't working for my Vulture at this time. Yeah. I haven't tried the lights in the PTU for the Vulture. I have tried them in the PU, and tonight is the first night that they've actually worked in the PU. So I was having issues actually in the PU with hangers. I did have some issues in the PTU as well. So I set Area 18 as my my persistent home, and I ended up maybe a couple weeks in, I wasn't able to call ATS anywhere in the system except for New Babbage and most of the space stations. Area 18 would not let me call it in. So when I did the PTU, one of the patches I did New Babbage. There's nothing wrong with New Babbage. I just like more of the industrial kind of look and not just kind of like the Apple clean, everything sterile like New Babbage. And I had an issue there where I got double doors on the hanger. So one set of doors would open up. I'd get up there to take off, almost get halfway through the door, then another set of doors would like close and just suddenly appear. That was a little nerve-wracking. So then I just kind of went back and forth. So, but I did end up meeting some very cool individuals that in the community that actually took their time to pick me up and rescue me and drop me off at a space station, so I was able to continue gameplay. I guess that's one nice thing I like about Star Citizen is community is pretty freaking awesome. Blackened chicken is normally burnt where barbecue isn't. Okay, I did not know that. For me, it just looked like barbecue. I wonder what the fascination with burnt is. I like, I'm sure like a lot of people like my chicken crispy and stuff like that, but not blackened so much. But culture, obviously, in Minnesota is going to be a lot more different than East or West Coast. I have one more winter where I'm at, and then I am about 6 months out for my new house being built down south. So I'm looking forward to in January it not being -30 outside. But down there, this would be a trade-off, right? So -3 in the winter here, 50s down there. Summertime here, it can get toasty. A lot of people don't know that Minnesota can actually get pretty freaking hot and humid in the summertime, and very sticky. So down there, I'm pretty sure I'll probably be just living in my air conditioner in the summertime. And then up here, I have 2 dogs, obviously. Oh, there's a big panel. Score. I have 2 big dogs that love country dogs. They love being outside. So up here, literally the only thing that's going to kill you is going to be a bear, a wolf, or the cold. Down there is going to be spiders and is it diamondbacks? Snakes. So, not really enthralled about that. Just because I'm not used to it. You've helped a few people with Uber rides. Nice. That's the way to do it. I think, I'm sure you watched CitizenCon. Day one was cool. I really like seeing the tech behind the planets. You know, like they're simulating soil depth and stuff. I mean, they're really getting into the nitty gritty. And obviously the clouds and the storms and stuff was pretty cool. But day two was, I'm sure, like everybody else, was their absolute favorite with the base building and stuff. I cannot wait until that gets done. And I did like their vision for 1.0. I'm hoping it'll release in my lifetime. I hope. But I think if they were smart about it, Squadron 42 would release, and then 1.0 would release right behind it, because then people could play the game and be like, holy crap, this game is awesome. Oh wait, I can do this in an MMO and kind of carve my own path. But I was talking with one of my friends today, and they're curious because I mean they're still going to be in development for Star Citizen after they hit 1.0. They're not just going to leave it. So the question is how are they going to keep income coming in? How are the microtransactions going to work? Because they're obviously going to have to keep money in. I mean, selling game copies and stuff will only get you so far, but they're still going to have some kind of income coming in for, you know, the servers, maintain the servers, maintaining the designers and the coders, the developers there to continue with the game. Oh, and we're full. Rattlesnakes are easy to avoid. I don't have rattlers, so I'm gonna be moving over down to Tennessee, and I'll have a beautiful spot that overlooks the Smoky Mountains. It's not right up on the Smokies. I mean, the Smokies are in the distance and stuff. Oh no! Don't freeze, game. No. You see 1.0 releasing around 2028, 2030. Yeah. It's gonna be a ways out. Oh my goodness, I did not disconnect. It was cool to see because we knew about base building and stuff, but kind of that showcase of having like a space station, which I think obviously is to be geared more towards people in the orgs and stuff like that. But hey, Ty Wellspec, thanks for the subscription. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good night. My alerts are a little delayed in OBS. So we're going to auto eject and eject, and we're going to stack. What was your favorite thing coming to 1.0 that you're excited about? I like the idea that I can build a base at my leisure. And basically, you know, do mining runs and stuff, have a couple other secondary bases just for that specifically. And then basically kind of put up your own hub, your own business hub for people to go to. And I believe there was addition of, you could have your own store at your place. So that was, yeah, there was a lot to take in. And we are stacking. We're stacking and stacking and stacking. for all you cool people watching on Twitch, not that YouTube people are not cool whatsoever, I am trying to hit my 50 follower goal, and I'm going to shamelessly ask if you do enjoy the stream, and you think I'm maybe a cool older person, you want me to get affiliate within my lifetime. I'm trying to hit a 50 follower goal, so I'd appreciate a follow over there. If not, no worries. Just sit back and chill. Enjoy the stream. Happy to have you. CIG is working on other games. I'm sure they'll rely on those for income. You just hope they don't forget about Star Citizen. So, wasn't there talk of like a fantasy MMO game that they could possibly be working on, or maybe they are working on? Stack this here. This should be... Oh, we got... What do we have? This will be the last one. So when I do salvaging with a vulture, and obviously cross my fingers that I don't 30k and lose everything, I'll basically block my pathway here and just stack. I'll go up, and then I'll salvage more to fill it up, and come down and stack those out, and then fill it up one last time, just so I can have a very full load to go back to. Okay, let's go back up. Let's get the rest of this panel. Not officially, just insider article. Gotcha. The one MMO, if I can be honest, I'm looking forward to. So I like Valheim, and Shrouded I really enjoyed Enshrouded and stuff. I enjoy like the MMOs where you're not, like Enshrouded did it right, where your food gives you buffs. I'm kind of past the point that I don't enjoy having to make sure I have enough food and water on me so I don't die in the game. But there's a fantasy game coming that the developers of No Man's Sky, and the world is supposed to be the same size as the Earth. I haven't seen any more gameplay or news on it lately. I just haven't been looking. But that one looks very interesting. I know I tried a little bit of No Man's Sky after they pushed that update with a lot of tech that they do have coming out in their new game, and it was pretty cool. But other than like No Man's Sky coming, I really don't care about Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. Division 3, definitely, but that's probably going to be 2 or 3 years out. Other than that, for me personally, there's not really anything out there that smitten on. That's my big word for the night. Thank you. You've only seen vague reports, the rest is speculation. I see they posted something, and I'm going to get it wrong because I don't have my news feed brought up, but the one ship that CIG talked about, they're not going to have that modular in there for base building, and then everybody on Reddit was all up in arms, and now they kind of backtracked a little bit, I guess, where, oh wait, we're going to add a drone to it. They backtracked that pretty fast. So I guess it's good that they listen to the community in that respects. But I've been kind of staying away from buying anything that's more than a 2 or 3 person crew. Just because once engineering comes in, you know, if I have these really cool ships, like say like an ironclad, just as an example, I know the ironclad's going to be a long ways out. It'd be cool to have it, but you wouldn't be able to fly it because you wouldn't be able to have the personnel. I know they're going to have AI crew that you can hire, but they said they're not going to be as effective as if you have like a real player in it. I don't know what as effective means, but There's some buffs in Star Citizen or SC Cruise. Oops. Gives you a buff to food, so you won't need to eat as much. Synergy gives you... Okay. That's those yellow drinks, correct? And I'm assuming you're looking at my hydration right there. So let's jump on and grab something to drink. I do have a live stream on YouTube. You have to go back a little bit. It says one hell of a long walk. So I had this all full, and the only place I was able to land was New Babbage, right? So I'm all excited. I quantum. I got the New Babbage, and then my hydration was at like 4 or 5%, and I'm like, I'm gonna go in here. Is this my room? I'm like, I better eat or I better drink, because odds are I am going to die before I get to the hangar. So I jumped out of my seat like that, and I always turn my engines off, because I had a few times where I was salvaging, came back here to drink and stuff, and the ship with it on still had like a little phantom control, and I ended up crashing and exploding. So anyways, I did this, and then I jumped back into my seat, and I'm looking at the ground's coming at me pretty darn fast. Well, since I'm so used to turning off the engines, I was actually in atmosphere, so I ended up crashing. I made an 18.6 kilometer run back, so it took me about a half hour, 45 minutes. I went to the garages at New Babbage, and I was committed at that point. And the people watching like, yeah, do it, let's go. And so I did. Got to the garages, got up to the spaceport, called on my Cuddy Black and stuff, and I got out to my ship, only to realize I was in an armistice zone, so I couldn't use my tractor beam to grab any of the cargo off of there. So it was a good night. It was a fun stream. So I got to get out of the habit of turning my engines off. So I know I'm going to make that mistake again when I'm in atmosphere. You're interested in the miscellaneous Fortuna? If it's a salvage ship. Is that the new one that's coming out? That's supposed to be the size in between the Vulture and the Reclaimer. Is that correct? Because I heard that there was a ship out there that was supposed to be in between the two sizes. I've never been in a Reclaimer. I've seen them up close, and that's a pretty damn big ship. Hey, Rico Joe. Are the stations allowing you to call them and land on them? In the PU, I was able to. I haven't had any issues in the PU at all. Today, I should. It's frustrating the tractor beam is considered a weapon. Yeah. I understand why they do it, because I mean, if you're out in, say, like an armistice zone and somebody else is landed next to you, you could actually grab them with the tractor beam and lift them up and, you know, kill them or knock them unconscious and stuff. So I do understand that. But that was just bad judgment on my call, turning the engines off and not realizing I was in atmosphere. So it was totally self-made situation. But it made for fun content. Something I kind of look back and laugh at. That's a scuttlebutt. That the Fortuna will be the in between the Vulture and Redeemer. Have they released any kind of concept art regarding that ship? For me, I'm a pretty big fan of the Drake ships. Just, I like the industrial look to them. I don't really care so much for the smooth lines and stuff. Like the Zeus, I think it looks okay. Aesthetic wise, it's just not for me. I did have fun flying it though. But I've always been a fan of like the Apache helicopters or the A-10 specifically. Those have always been my kind of design for vehicles and stuff that I enjoy. Obviously like the F-35, the Raptor and stuff like that. It's nice and clean. Just a shadow. Gotcha. Yeah, so last week I had a power outage while I was working from home on Thursday. Of course, it was right before CitizenCon. And I have a newly built computer, right? It's less than 4 months old. And it's plugged into a nice brand new APC backup. So when the power came back on, even though it was in the backup, it still surged and took out my motherboard, RAM, and PSU. So I've been battling off and on after I replaced those 3 items and RMA'd the old components. But I don't know if anybody's run into. So I run an AMD 7950 X3D. I think it's X3D, not 3DX. And I was having, for the longest time, I was having issues. And I've, double checked and triple checked all my connections on the PC. But you push the power button and nothing would work. So the way I've been had to turn it on, which was just a fluke, is I'm like, what are the odds I get a bad power supply? So I bought a tester, and I was able to jumpstart the computer, if that makes sense. So I take the 24-pin motherboard connector, plug it into the PSU tester, and everything would light up, other than the AIO and the LCD screen and stuff like that. And if I left the PC on, disconnected the tester, and then plugged the 24-pin cable in, then the computer would start. So I thought I had fixed everything. And I was getting excited to stream tonight and stuff, and I went to go turn it on, or this afternoon, and turn it on, and nothing worked. So the issue I had is I had to reseat my CPU or my processor chip, even though it was put in fine the first time. So I don't know if anybody's ever run into that issue, that had to reseat their processor because their computer wouldn't turn on, no lights or anything. Hey, Rain Gauge, are you not 30K every hour? Nope, I have not 30K'd yet tonight. And I've been streaming for, I don't know if it's to tell me how long. 9:55, what, probably 45 minutes I've been streaming, so far so good, no issues. You're really shocked at the PSU? Yeah, me too. Now this is the first computer I built in literally 2 decades. The last time I built a computer was a dual AMD Athlons back in the day in my 20s for my 3D, for running Maya. Because AMDs were always top notch for number crunching. They're always faster. They were faster back in the day for rendering and stuff. Your Vulture and Taurus are my go-tos. Taurus, I'm sorry. I'm trying to picture which one the Taurus is. Is that the one that looks like a turtle? An hour? Yeah, I haven't had any issues thus far in the PU. So I'm just gonna kind of knock on wood. I did have a couple lockups in the game, but no 30Ks and no server disconnects. And when it locked up, it was probably maybe 15, 20 seconds at the most to regain my controls. Serpino, have you've been just running into those issues tonight? Constellation. If you're getting a lot of 30Ks, if you want to add me as your Tiny Home Gaming in Star Citizen, you can maybe join my shard. Maybe give you some better luck. Hey, Serpino. Or Serpenol. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate it. But yeah, if I can help you join my server, where I'm not really running into too many issues, be happy to lend a hand. Okay, so that one obviously popped out of nowhere. Those are big panels. Yeah, I still don't understand why the triangle ones spawn in and even the smaller ones spawn in, at 1 kilometer or a little bit over that away. And these guys don't spawn to like 30 feet away from them, so. Okay, let's do the speed limiter. Switch into scanning mode. Let's find some more panels. I'm literally gonna knock on wood right now on my desk because everything salvaging wise and the servers have been running fantastic, and I don't want to jinx myself. But you know what? If I end up losing everything, it is what it is. I just enjoy streaming and chatting with you guys. That's good enough for me. We got 35, 17. Is there still cargo on the salvageable ships? I don't know. I've never done any. Done. Apparently, I can't talk tonight with proper grammar. I did salvaging once on ships, and the amount of SCU I got off of them, I made more in panels. So I've never, other than that one time, and this was like a month and a half ago, I haven't done any salvaging on ships at all. So I'm sorry I can't help you out there. You've been running your NVIDIA GTX 1080 for 7 years now. Those cards are bulletproof. Oh my god, we got a holy grail of 10,000. So let's switch over so I can ease my way over there. Yeah, my computers have always been a Mac person, being in the design field and stuff like that. And then I had a PlayStation for gaming. And then once we all started getting, more into, Tarkov and some other games and stuff, I ended up going the PC route. And I really enjoyed Cyberpunk with all the mods, how realistic you can get. So I had, I guess you call it a pre-built from Alienware. I know people complain about them and stuff. I never had any issues with that. But I had i9 390 in there and stuff. I bet these are all going to be big panels, and they're going to show up right before I get there. So let's take the speed limiter up a little bit. Let's switch over to scanning so we can get that reading. So we're at 65, 77. Do we have 80? Give me 80. There, we got 80. I'll look at chat here in just a second because I have a feeling some of those big panels are going to pop up right in front of me. So we got the small guys there. I don't see any triangles. Those have usually spawned in by now. I don't see. So we're going to go nice and slow. Anyways, I had that system, then I got back into Star Citizen. Yep, there's the one. There's got to be another one of these guys. I'm gonna go to my exterior view. We're gonna go oh, force a habit. Let's get the speed limiter turned down to the bare bones. Let's go nice and easy. But it was a great computer, and I wanted to do more 4K gaming and stuff, especially with Cyberpunk, and then getting back into Star Citizen. So I went to pick up a 4080 Super, and because Alienware, everything's so proprietary, component-wise, I couldn't fit it in the case, so I just went ahead and decided just to do a build for myself. You're welcome, Daniel. Player abandoned ships may have cargo. We've gotten some of those from 30K players. Okay. Yeah, there's no shortage of 30Ks. Hey, Scott. Hey, welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you before. Hope you're having a good night. Was I having problems with the elevators or ship retrievals? You had to give up on live? I did not. I actually had a pretty good experience. Nothing lagged and stuff like that. And one of the other gentlemen I was just talking to, if you want to add me to your friends list for Star Citizen, you can join my server. I'm not having any issues at all. Knock on wood. This has actually been like the first time that I haven't really had issues in the PU. Typically when the PU is really buggy, I'll just do runs in the PTU. So I had spawned in, Scott, before I started doing the runs. It was the Ambitious Dream Station. So I don't know if it makes a difference how far out I am from everybody else. So I'm kind of technically out in the boonies. But yeah, my game's no 30Ks, a couple of server stutters. Those usually went away after 20 seconds, I think, max. I do not want to take the contract. Are those MFDs snazzy? They are. Let's put my Toby on here. Give me a second. I have Tourette's, so I usually don't put the Toby on because I do head movements and I don't want to make you guys motion sick. Let's see if my Toby eye tracker will enable. Give me a second here. Apparently it is not going to enable for me, unfortunately. But yeah, the MFDs and the Vulture. Oh, and my game locked up. So we're gonna hope we don't get a 30K here. There we go. Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay, so if I turn my... There we go. Let me recenter. Okay. Yeah, the MFD layout for the Vulture, the rework and stuff, everything is so nice and clean. It doesn't feel cluttered at all, which I'm really happy with how they did it. The way they reworked the MFDs and the dash and the cutlass, the black, I am not a huge fan of. It feels like it's a little more claustrophobic and all the stuff is in your face. The MFDs and the Zeus I thought were really good. Nice and clean. Not on or wood. Add you? Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. Toby's drivers aren't the best. So the issue I just had, so I have a 48-inch OLED that I game on for my main computer. And the Toby comes with a magnet with adhesive on the back of it. So I have that on the TV. And the issue I run into is when the TV warms up, the magnet will come away, at least the top part of it, and my Toby will kind of dip down a little bit. So when I turn it on, it doesn't actually pick me up. So that's kind of issues I'm running into. I'm probably just going to pick up like a nice 2x2 and then just epoxy the magnet on there and stuff to use the Toby going forward eventually. So when I got back into the game, and decided I was going to do it, take it a little more serious than what I had done in the past, I ended up doing the joysticks, which was the VKBs. And then I did some more research, and after a while, finally pulled the plug on the Toby. And for cockpits like this, where you have the open and stuff, I love it. It's, you know, it's pretty much the closest you're going to get to VR without it being VR. Get just another little kind of a sense of immersion and stuff. Your own personal thought on the server issue. I believe CIG is implementing some server meshing, so it's painful now, but we'll get better. Sure. Yeah, the server meshing is getting better, a little bit better every little time they do it. Yeah, attach mine to your sound bar under your OLED. That's a good move. I do have, I have a monitor stand. It's the, what's that? I suppose it could be called a monitor stand. It's one of those fancy, it's a Groove Made one. So underneath, between the TV and the top of the Groove Made stand, I only have like an inch and stuff. And I know Toby comes with that other mount where you can mount it to like a bottom of like an ultra wide. And there's like little clicks in the bottom where you could face it up towards you. But I think I'm gonna have to get like a really nice oak 2x2, just something that looks nice, not some kind of chintzy cheap piece of wood, and then maybe bevel it a little bit so the Toby does kind of look a little bit up. They made they made huge improvements to the Connie's MFDs, especially taking away 3 screens, which improved your field of view. Nice. So then the newest ship that I bought, I had a Dragonfly, and then let me turn the game audio down a little bit. So I had a Dragonfly, and then I had a Mole for ground vehicles. Dragonfly I used maybe a few times. Mole I never really used. It was just something to fill up my persistent hangar with. But I ended up, because I wanted to do more bunkers, and we did a group gameplay last night. And other than my technical issues on my end, because Discord decided to keep the TTS disabled, but all my notifications were read out loud. So that was a pain in the ass. But anyway, so I got the Cutlass Red, and I was, all excited for it. But so when you're sitting in the Cutlass Black and you're looking out at your screen, let me turn my engines off so I get it. So if you pretend you have your dash panel here, you have a pane of glass that comes up. You got your struts on both sides. And where those 2 pieces of glass come together, which is like literally right where your eyes are looking, there's nothing there. It's just 2 glass panels being 2 glass panels. And the Cutlass Red, they have a bar that goes straight across that joins those 2 glass panels. And so I put a thing on Spectrum and stuff. I would hope that they would remove that. Maybe it's a bug. But that's literally the only complaint I have about the Red that I just didn't like. Was just, that being literally like right in your face. They made huge improvements to the Connie. Oh, I already read that one. Sorry about that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish scraping this panel here. I'm going to go eject some cargo and stack a few more boxes. And then I think I'm going to cut my losses, or gains actually, and I'm going to quantum back to Area 18 to sell. And I'm going to take a short break. Breaks are usually 10 minutes long. I got a kind of a fun little be right back screen with my dogs and their potty breaks. But yeah, I won't be gone no longer than 10 minutes. My pup, she does have a torn ACL, so they usually run right at close to 10, because I do have to carry her up and down the stairs. So she's my baby girl. Unfortunately, she is not a spring chicken, so she's getting up there in years, as much as I don't want to admit it. Wait, so you want a strut across there? No, I don't want a strut. They have a strut that goes, it's not in the Cutlass Black that goes across. They just have two panes of glass at that angle that meet up. But in the Cutty Red, they do have a bar that goes across horizontally. Or yeah, there's that word. That goes across. But it's not present in the Cutlass Black, so I'm not sure if it's an artifact that just didn't get removed, or I'm not sure. You feel bad for people that buy new PCs but keep their old TN LCD monitors. Yeah. So before this, I had like the, like a LG OLED TV, right? And then I had the Alienware 34-inch ultra-wide. And this was like, I sold my house, so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to splurge a little bit on myself for once. So that was my first OLED computer monitor. Really nice refresh rate. I think the refresh rate was like 166 or 165, I mean. But after using it for a while, the only thing I did not like about it was it was too narrow for me. I needed something that was taller. So I ended up doing research, and I just got into Reddit a little bit more, and there's like an R OLED or R gaming or something forum, and everybody on there was talking about how they do like the LG C2 or C3 TVs, and they highly recommend them. So I watched a bunch of videos and kind of reached out to some of the people that had them. And I wanted to get the 42-inch, but my local Best Buy only had the 48 in stock. So I'm like, 3 inches on the other side, it's not that bad. But one of the things I was really scared about was just like my graphic design and stuff, was like the readability of the text. Because my monitor does sit about 3 feet away from me at the other end of my butcher block countertop for my desk. And it's far enough away where the text is still readable. It's a little fuzzy, but nothing that's heinous. So when I bought my Alienware, you're not gonna come with me? It was when they first came out, and I think I paid like $1,800 for it, right? And when I was shopping around, I was looking like there was the G9, and then did some more research and stuff, and for the price of what I wanted for an OLED monitor with a high refresh rate and stuff, was almost double what the TV costed. So I kind of made the leap, and honestly, I'm never going to go back to an overpriced gaming monitor. I'm old enough where I don't play like all the twitchy games jumping around and stuff, and I get 120 hertz refresh rate on this. It's the C3, and the C4s came out this year, and I believe those have a 144 or 145 refresh rate on them. So my recommendation to anybody that's looking at going to an OLED, check out the TV thing. I suppose it's not for everybody, but I highly recommend it. You save yourself so much money. Because I even played Tarkov with it, and Tarkov on there at 120 with my system, everything just runs buttery smooth. I have no complaints. Area 18. Let's calculate our route here. We're going to exit out, and we are going to quantum here. Yep, I'm getting there. Let the kiddos out. They're my babies. They're my kids with fur. You have an LG C2 and love it? Yeah, LG makes fantastic TVs. When I first got it, because I have a 65 inch for my main TV. I think, yeah, that one's a C. I think it's, it's a C3. It took a while to get used to the remote, because you can kind of use it like a mouse and stuff. But once you get the hang of it, oh my God, it's awesome. It's phenomenal. Most systems can run 4K at anything higher than 120 hertz anyways. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, for me, personally, the 120 it's more than enough. I understand why there's higher refresh rates out there and stuff, but that's for more of games, I would assume, like Fortnite or Call of Duty and stuff if you're doing competition, which definitely is not me. So, okay, I am going to take a break. Thank you all for watching, and this is great. I love chat being active and going back and forth. You guys are making my night. If you're watching on Twitch, I'm trying to hit my 50 follower goal. I'm going to shamelessly plug that. It'd help me out if you want to give me a follow. Greatly appreciate it. YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We'll let you know when I go online and stuff like that. And like I said, I do have a Discord in the description that you can go in, and I do have a section in there for tiny houses. If anybody, let's see, can I accept the request? Let me see if that accepted real quick. Give me 1 second, squirrel moment. But I will let you know when I go live. And like I said, I do have a Discord channel. So anybody that wants to talk about tiny houses, post a picture of theirs. I do have that section in there. And I would love to see your tiny house. Or if you're building, I'd love to give you advice, unsolicited, if you would like it. I built 2 tiny houses, so I'm fairly familiar with them. Did all the electrical wiring and plumbing. It's a piece of cake. Okay, well, I was going to go here real quick before I go to the break. I want to make sure that... Yep, I did accept that friend's request. Okay, I'm going to send you to my very cool Be Right Back screen. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will be back in 10 minutes or less. Here's some music, and yeah, jam out, relax.
I have an open invitation, but you're telling me go get lost. I don't wanna see your face. Yeah, what the hell? So why don't we stay out to the morning light? 'Cause 2 wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. Some Chardonnay, we camp in the parking lot. Leave traces of plastic cups. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell? Why you hanging on the rooftop by yourself? Always waiting for the one, but I got news for you. I'm the best that you can get, so what the hell? Yeah, what the hell? So what the hell? So what the hell? What are you waiting for now? And what the hell? You're pretending that you like somebody else. Like you got boys waiting in line to take you home. But tell the truth, you'll spend the night alone. Let's be alone. So why don't we stay out to the morning light? 'Cause 2 wrongs can make a right. We're just doing what we feeling right now. So what the hell?
Let me stay with you. Even asking you just one night. I don't know about your life, but tell me 'cause we still have time. I can't say I can't help you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. I think of you every moment. I can't say I can't help you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. There's nobody else. There's nobody else. There's nobody else.
You're under the pressure. I lost my temper. I said something foolish. Did I go and ruin this? When it started to feel so real, could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving, loving for the rest of my days. No, I don't want to be alone so late at night. So late at night. No, I don't wanna sleep 'cause then I'm dreaming and you're not real, not mine to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep and I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night, go back to December, look back and remember. Those memories are better than gold. I let you down, I know. When it started to feel so real, could feel it running, running through my lonely veins. When I started to heal, could see myself loving, loving for the rest of my days. So late at night. No, I don't wanna sleep 'cause then I'm dreaming and you're not real, not mine to keep. No, I don't wanna sleep and I'm losing time, losing my chance to make you mine. So late at night. So late at night. It's so late at night.
Okay, and I am back. Successful outing with the dogs. No skunks. Nobody got sprayed. So I always chalk it up this time of year to a win. There's nothing worse than your dog getting sprayed. Okay. Game's froze a little bit. We're going to give it a second here. Fingers crossed. Oh. Think we're good? Oh, thank goodness. There we go. You're enjoying your Hennessy OLED? It was cheaper than the LG, but offered the same features? Yeah. The only reason I splurged on the LG is because I could. But it's pretty crazy, the difference between, you know, back in my day growing up. So, like, when I was in college, that's when CD burners first came out. anybody that is from that era, we used to use zip drives, zip disks. That was like the preferred thing of storage. And if you put your disk in and you heard click, 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 you just lost all your stuff. So obviously, then they started putting DVD drives in computers, and DVDs came out, and the quality, picture quality, was just night and day, right? So we got OLED now, and I'm sure 8K is gonna be coming, but there's gotta be a point where the human eye can only see so much as far as clarity and stuff like that. So I kind of wonder what the next big push is going to be for TVs with the new cool thing that you're gonna want to upgrade your TV for to get. And we had a safe quantum. Oh, the gentleman that was at the beginning of the stream that was having Evinrude questions for his motor. So I just thought, because it's so you're putting in full throttle and it was bogging down, so it would mean that your engine's running too rich. So I would find the adjustment on your carburetor to kind of lean that out. That's just one thing that kind of popped in my head. I love Area 18. When it will let me land, right? When ATC will actually answer my hails. But there's a few times when I first started coming to Area 18 where during the daytime I had a really hard time trying to find the pads to land in the hangars. Okay, we're gonna switch to VTOL. I'm gonna call ATC.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yay! Oh my goodness. It's gonna happen. As long as I don't crash. I'm trying to wonder, I think I do already have my Atlas out, which is my preferred way of grabbing cargo. SU box is out. So, did throttle ease up. Let's pull up here. Let's reorientate ourselves. And we're gonna back up. Yeah. VTOL is on. That's slowly but surely. Head into our hangar. I was bummed when the hangars weren't working because I had decorated pretty good. Not necessarily with like stuff from like the pledge store and stuff like that. Oh, not so fast. But more like cargo boxes. Oh, she's feeling a little slippery. Let's put the gear down. That should balance everything out. And since we're gonna unload, the cargo should be off to my left, so we're gonna rotate around.
I'm sorry. Due to inactivity, we have been
Okay, let's go back to the cockpit. Go a little bit of an angle. Gears down, yep. And we'll touch down nice and easy. Open our doors. Engines off. And we'll shut. Okay, let's go stack some boxes to put in the elevator. Just jump down. Do I have it out? Oh, I do have it out. Look at that for pre-planning. Definitely going to call that a win. I did add an overlay. I think earlier this week, once I had to rebuild OBS and all that stuff for my computer issues. So I did add, I found a cool little plugin you guys will see in the bottom left that kind of shows my joystick controls. I thought that'd be kind of something nifty to kind of add. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, why is... Okay, so I don't know if they changed it, but you can't right click anymore. I can left click. But right click's not working. And usually right click is... can't have it all, right? Let's squeezy over here a little bit further. This is... I love doing cargo. It's just... It's putsy, but for me, it's just satisfying. Okay, now it's working. There we go. The one thing I haven't tried is the Cutlass Block does have a tractor beam in the back of it. I've not tried that yet. ATC won't let you land in your personal hangar on Orisont, so you quickly landed at the Crusader showroom and jumped off before your ship got impounded. You need to sell 114 SU of RMC. That sucks. Yeah, like I said before, the longest time in the PU, I wasn't able to land here at Area 18. I couldn't call my hangar in and stuff. And another gentleman that was streaming, Pagan Linux Geek is the gentleman's name. I kind of given up, so I went on a stream just to ask him if he knew any workarounds. And like I said, the community here is awesome. He actually deviated from what he was doing on stream and picked me up, or came over to Area 18. We buddied up, and I was able to land us in his hangar, store my ship. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I went to get in the elevator to go up to set my respawn point and stuff once again. And as soon as I got in the elevator, I ended up falling through the elevator and died. Then I ended up respawning back at Area 18, and I couldn't call my ships, and I couldn't get into a hangar. So I definitely feel your frustration that you're going through. And I think at that point, the only place I could get to, like I said before, is New Babbage, and most space stations would let me call in. This was a good investment. Highly recommend anybody that's doing cargo to bring one of these. So typically, like when I'll actually do like cargo contracts and stuff, I'll take this guy with my Cutlass Black, which I found to be like the perfect combination, at least for me anyways. So Rickar, were you running a Vulture for the SCU or the RMC? Okay, no, let go. Give me this one. There we go. So the tractor beam is a little buggy tonight, but definitely able to work around that. Right. Yeah, because you should be able to click and it'll bring it right to you, and then you can just turn around. I'm noticing you have to pick it up, drop it, then pick it up again. Then you can do the placement and snap it in. This won't be one of the bigger hauls that I've done. Typically, I just stack as much as I can and then fill everything back up, but I don't want to get too greedy this evening. So everything's been running. It's been fortunate that everything's been running fairly well. Let's pop out of this guy. And I think I might still have a few boxes I can eject out of here. Let's see. I do not. That's all right. So let's send this stuff down, and then we will go up. Transfer this down. Mercani Taurus. He had it loaded to sell in Lorville. Couldn't land there. He tried New Babbage. She wasn't surprised he couldn't land at Orison either. Yeah. I unfortunately have not found a workaround for that. For me, I had to wait till the PTU patch went live in the PU to be able to access Area 18 once again and some of the other stations. Okay, we're gonna let the door close, and I'm gonna reopen them up. I don't want to fall through the void. Fingers crossed. Oh, there we go. Anybody in chat ever flown like remote control helicopters or planes? So I used to be in the hobby. I did RC airplanes. I started out back in the day building the balsa kits and then monocoating, you know, the fuselage and the wings and all that stuff, which is an art in itself that you have to learn. I did pretty good over the years. I wouldn't say I mastered it, but did good enough where it looked decent. But I used to fly, was it the nitro engines or whatever? It's been a while. And I did that for a long time, got into some aerobatic planes and stuff like that. Then ended up going with the 4-stroke just because the sound and everything of those 4-strokes. Oh my God, there's nothing else like it. But I ended up getting out of the hobby for a while, then got back in, and I ended up going with the electric. And I enjoyed that much better. So if anybody hasn't done remote control airplanes before with the nitro engines, you basically have to use your starter, put your glow plug on the top, get your glow plug heated, grab your starter. I always use a starter, but you can also use like a stick with like a rubber thing around it for the propeller, and you flip it to turn it on. Then once you get it on, you gotta let it run a little bit, and then you gotta use your fingers, you know, your index and your thumb, and lean or richen the mixture like every time you start flying, because just depending on how the weather is and stuff and the pressure, it'll always differ. And I remember, you know, like your knuckle would only be like a half an inch from the propeller to take off your finger. So I eventually switched over to electric, and I love the fact that you could just plug the battery in, go fly, come down, land, plug a new battery in, recharge the other one. This is so much smoother. You're getting into drones till the FFA stuck their, or FAA stuck their idiotic nonsense into drones. Nooses, gotcha. Yeah, I have a... Oh, what do I have? I have the DJI Mavic Mini. And that one is only, what is it, 250 grams and under, is it? That you don't need a a license with the FAA to fly, I believe it is. But I had wanted to do some. I thought about doing, make some money on the side, doing some real estate video and stuff. And I was gonna market myself, but then the way the FAA does it, well, like, hey, wait, you're gonna make money on this? Nope, you need to get a license and pay, whatever the membership is a year. And I'm like, really? I'm just like, yep, just the government trying to dip into our pockets even more. Okay, we're gonna go to am I blind? Am I not seeing Area 18? Okay, that's weird. There should be an Area 18 here to select. And it's bugged out. Try a different terminal. Argo raft, cutlass. Oh, I don't want to do any of these. Am I completely blind here, stream? Because there should be an Area 18. Cargo capacity. That's exactly why you were intending, but a license fees were going to eat it all by profits. Yeah. I mean, I can understand the licensing aspect if you're doing like commercial, like big projects and stuff. But yeah, it's yeah, for me, like you said, it just wasn't worth the cost. So it looks like we're not going to be able to sell. Because usually on your location, it'll say Area 18, and I'm not seeing it here. But that's all right. It should all be in our hangar. I can even double check that. I believe at one of the item kiosks. Inventory kiosks. Open the doors. Oh, a little bit of a server stutter. Okay, so I'm kind of going backwards here. So this next one should just be nothing but crates, yeah. It's all here. You know what? It's alright, I can sell them tomorrow or a different day. Might not be such a bad thing to just fill up, come here, dump them off. Okay. Let's head back to the spaceport. I think so when I got back and doing RC airplanes, the electric variations, I ended up going, I actually did a lot of the foam kits, the really dense foam. So there's a T-28 Trojan. Really enjoyed flying that one. I didn't have the retracts on there. I did have the flaps. So I think with that, if I remember correctly, you need at least a 6-channel on there. Before that, I tried doing helicopters. I got good at hovering. But forward flight and stuff, that was just, I never did very good. I mean, I got to the point where you take the dowels with the wiffle balls off on the sides. So basically, when you first start flying RC helicopters, you get your gyro on there that you got to tune and stuff like that. But you'll take a long dowel that's maybe like 3 feet long, and you'll take a wiffle ball and you'll band-aid. You'll use a rubber band to attach the wiffle ball to them, and then you crisscross them and attach those to the skids. So while you're learning to hover, you could be maybe a foot off the ground. If you get in trouble, you can just let off the throttle, and it should just hit one of the sides of the wiffle balls and stuff, and just send you back down to the ground safely. But I had one friend that got really good at the helicopters and stuff. I just didn't have the dexterity, so I just kind of stuck to airplanes. I think like one of my favorite ones to fly was always the Piper Cub, just a nice oversized one, because you can just fly. You can do a little bit of aerobatics, do a little bit of everything with it, and if you just want to go out and just do a little chill flying and stuff, you can do that too. And with that, you know, the wing surface on those guys, you can put down your flaps and pretty much just float right in. Every time I see your armor, I just want to Bill Murray jump out. Yeah, it does have a little bit of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, right? They did a good job with the suit. It's got like all the light accents on it with the helmet and just kind of the attention to detail, the outlining for the piping and stuff. They did a good job. For me, my preference, I like the look of this suit. I think it's pretty awesome. It's a nice looking suit. And they took my vulture away. Okay, let's call the vulture back up.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I didn't mind the newest Ghostbusters. I thought they did it okay. There's been so many remakes and stuff lately. It's like Hollywood is like running out of stories to tell. I've always been a fan of like the, not necessarily true crime, but like the stories that are based on real life. I think one of my more favorite, is that even proper English, movies that I've watched in a while is Coda. I saw that on Apple TV. It's with the teenage girl that's a singer, or aspiring singer, grows up and her parents own a fishing boat, and her whole family is deaf. I thought that was a really good one. Otherwise, I think the most recent two movies I've watched is Beetlejuice. I think they did a really good job on that. And then the movie I picked up last week on Prime Video was the Wild Robot animated movie. I thought that was cute. Always been a big fan of animated movies. I never really got into Toy Story so much. Shrek was always kind of my bread and butter, Monsters Inc. and stuff like that. Old Henry's extremely good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that burp. Old Henry. I don't think I've heard of that movie. I'll have to put that in my little notes here to check it out. I saw the previews. I think they released, Prime Video does in theater, at home releases. I think they had a new Transformers movie. It looked okay, but it's nothing that I want to drop my own personal cash on. I'll wait till it becomes a part of Prime Video. Luck is a great animated film. Yeah, it is. I heard back in sorry, I'm trying to chew bubblegum and talk at the same time. I think it was in August or July, that next year that time they're supposed to be releasing Shrek 5. Okay, it's not letting me refuel. The trade you trust? Oh. There we go. I am looking forward to the point in time where when we land, we actually have to grab those refueling vehicles, drive them out, and refuel. I know for some people, probably wouldn't like that, but I'm sure they'll have like an auto feature, but I don't mind having like the quote unquote simulation portion of the game. I think it just kind of adds to the immersion. Yeah, I agree. Hollywood doesn't have a lot of imagination anymore. Like I said, and I'm sure you'll probably agree with this. There's just so many remakes nowadays. It's not really anything original. But I suppose that at some point in the world, you got to run out of some kind of story. I mean, everybody's just kind of picking up the same kind of genre and putting their twist on it and stuff. They've canceled all the real talent. Yeah. Like back in the day, Firefly. That was an amazing series. Fantastic. Went the one season or whatever, and I think I only went one. I don't think it went 2 seasons. I think it was only one. And they got rid of it on the Sci-Fi Channel. I was like, well, what the hell? Seriously? That was a great series. One of the more, and it's not really more recent series, but I do love watching the series Expanse. Probably watched it a couple times on Prime Video. For me, that is like the best sci-fi series that I've seen in a long time. I tried watching The Expanse, or not The Expanse, sorry. So I never finished the series Fringe. So I started watching that a little bit when I was sick, not too long ago, and I think I got to season 3. I think there's 5 or 6 seasons with that. So I have a little ways to go. Plus, like every season, there's like 20 plus episodes within that season. So it'll be a lot to get through. Need to check out The Expanse. Dude. Yeah, Prime Video. If you're a Prime member, it's free. Definitely check it out. The first maybe 2 or 3 episodes kind of set the stage and stuff. But after that, once it starts picking up even more, it's, oh my God, it's a great series you won't be able to put down. I did watch Paramount Plus, the newer Star Trek series. Never got into Star Trek when I was younger at all, other than like the infamous episode with the Tribbles and stuff. But I didn't mind. I liked the newer Star Trek series they had. I think I watched the last 2 seasons of it. I thought it was pretty good. Picard was a good series, I thought. Well, it has taken forever for them to load, but this has been bugged. So I have said sometimes where it'll say no service here, and I'll get up and it'll tell me my quantum stuff needs to be refilled. So we'll see. Okay, that's weird. I shut everything off. Oh well. Turn our engines on. We're gonna head back out to the Ambitious Dream Station. Oh, it is 10:58. I think I'm gonna head back to the Ambitious Dream Station. Set my respawn point there, and probably call her a night. So get these doors open. I do love the hangars at Area 18. I think Lorville's the same, where it's more of the let's get rid of VTOL and put our gears up. Let's go up into the wild blue yonder. Set our sure not falling back to space. Sorry, couldn't finish my thought. I do like the industrial look of the hangars and stuff. You really enjoyed Star Trek up to Voyager. After that, seems they lost their way. Have you watched the newer ones at all? Newer ones I didn't think were too bad. I never, like I said, I never did Star Trek and Voyager. I did, oh, what's that? Stargate. Stargate had so many different spin-offs. I enjoyed that. I think what was the newest Stargate was what, Stargate Atlantis was the series. But that was, oh my goodness, that was many, many moons, pun intended, ago for me. So we are filled back up, so let's go and head to the Ambitious Stream Station. AMB. And I will just hit R to route. I know when I'm going to have quantum issues, if this line doesn't pop up and it's just kind of like a green, kind of like a halo going over. The laser beam. Okay. Just do a little bit hot, skip and a jump. You kind of wish Star Citizen had the hangars in Eve. Land up top and ride the elevator down to your hangar. That'd be cool. I picked up, is Eve more of the... God, it's a pretty sight. You know what? I'm just going to fly for a little bit and chat. That is just a really gorgeous picture there. So let's take our speed limiter, bring it up, hit cruise control. Just enjoy. God, you know, everybody can say what they will, but this game is gorgeous. Get the sun rays there. You can see the streaks, the shadows of the clouds coming towards you. Right on the crest. It's awesome. You want to watch the new Star Trek? You tried Picard, the first season was okay, but lost me in the second. Gotcha. I was that way with Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon, the first season was phenomenal. But the second season, because that main character wasn't there anymore, I couldn't get into it. I understand that he died and you can't re-sleeve back into the same body. But yeah, I just couldn't get into it, unfortunately, for that one. I think I was looking at getting Eve online, but then I think is that the game where it's more strategy, you don't really fly in the ships, and it's more point and click. I did get Elite Dangerous. I think that's the one where you can fly around and stuff, but there's loading screens to get down to the planets, I believe, but it's nothing like Star Citizen. I think I tried that out for a little bit. I think I just got through the tutorial and stuff, and that it just wasn't my piece of the pie, so to speak. Have you checked out Apple TV or Apple Plus TV, whatever it's called? Silo. It's based on the Wool Omnibus books? I don't remember what the author is and stuff like that. But I thought that was a good series. Series 2 is supposed to come out, is it the 15th of November? So I'm looking forward to that. I thought that was a good series. Atlas on Netflix with Jennifer Lopez. I thought that was pretty cool. Did enjoy that. A little whiny and pouty and cry at points, but I was able to get through it, and I enjoyed it much better the second time through. That sunrise is freaking gorgeous. You just watch YouTube videos? Rabbit hole? YouTube rabbit hole? I find myself watching a lot more YouTube than I do regular TV. I do have YouTube, or is it YouTube Live or YouTube TV? No, it's YouTube TV. I enjoy it, but I only use it for watching hockey games, basically. That's basically about it. And I'll catch I'm really feeling like I want to slap in the face, and I might watch the national news, but pretty much just hockey and stuff. But yeah, I definitely spend more time with my YouTube Premium subscription. Just going through, whether it's watching like the 4K walkarounds of like Tokyo that I enjoy to watch, my slow TV as my friends call it, or just learning up on just new things that I've wanted to check out. Yeah, YouTube's pretty much, for me, just hits that spot. And their algorithm, damn it, is so good that it'll be 10 o'clock, and I know I got my dogs in my bedroom. We're all snuggled in for the night, and I'll be like, I'm just going to watch one more video. And then 2 hours passes, 2.5, it's past midnight, and you're looking, and it's like, where did that time go? And it's like, crap, I got to get up in the morning. Dang, all the algorithm. You don't have the stream channels available where you live? That's why the Pirate Bay comes in handy. Heard about the Pirate Bay. Never checked it out. And you guys are just joining. I'm on my way very, very slowly back to the Ambitious Stream Station. I was heading for my jump point, and sunrise was coming up. And I just, want to just check it out. I think I have the cloud set to photo mode, because I really don't take that much of a hit with FPS with my systems, so. And I hit escape, and then my game freezes. You enjoy slow TV as well? Trying to rush Iran all the places I probably won't get to see. Yeah. I like the aerial 4K footage of like Norway. Okay, let's just go to options, graphics. Yep, I do have photo mode on there. Like I said, I really like the people that do it, the walk around Tokyo and stuff. I'll usually put something like that on for myself at nighttime when I go to bed, and just set my TV for 2 hours for a sleep timer, and just fall asleep to that. I'm one of those individuals where I have to have something in the background to kind of shut off my mind at night. Otherwise, my mind will be running 1,000 miles a minute, and I can never get to bed. God, that's gorgeous. And just think, with all the stuff we saw at CitizenCon, with them showing the atmosphere and storms and updates to everything, this right here is going to look 1,000 times better. It's just unfathomable. It's pretty freaking awesome. And it also helps too that Star Citizen's got a pretty nice, relaxing ambient audio tracks to it. Let's do this from here. Let's hit F4. And switch my camera up. Ah. Set that keyed. So anybody that doesn't ever use the camera controls, if you hold down F4, you can use your arrow keys to move your camera around. And then you can use the page up and page down to change like the elevation and stuff. And then when you have it where you want, if you keep holding down F4 and then you hold down one of the number pad keys for a few seconds, it'll bind it to it. So when you want to switch, I can just go back to my normal camera, right? And then if I hold down F4, whatever I binded that new camera to, I can switch to it. So you can pretty much put the cameras wherever you want. Oh, and I'm moving my mouse. Give me a second. So I bound it to this guy. I'm gonna stop moving my mouse. Try to move my joysticks around. There we go. Excuse me. Your wife and you are the same. Need some help calming the mind? Yeah. One reason why I enjoy Star Citizen so much. Yeah, I can see that. I don't really live too much of a stressful life, but you know, days can get hectic and stuff like that at work. Designing, different designs for hockey jerseys and all that good stuff, and sporting apparel. You know, if you have a really busy day, sometimes it's nice to come home, sit with the dogs, hang out, get your puppy loving time, your fur babies, and yeah, just jump in. And for me, salvaging and running cargo, it's just so chill. You know, I can just, if I'm not streaming, I can just throw on some nice classical or some good techno beats and stuff in the background and just sit there and just kind of veg out and do some panel pressure washing simulator. I did like all the different game loops that they had talked about for 1.0. Kind of, where literally you can make your own kind of life in the verse. Give me a second for the alert. As soon as that popped off, my OBS just went to the white screen. So, Feral 80s Kid, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm trying to hit... actually, I think that puts me past my 25 mark for followers on my way to affiliate, which is 50 followers. So anybody that's following or watching on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button. It helps me out, and I appreciate it. Thank you again, Farrell. Okay, let's reset the camera. Okay, the camera's gonna move. I gotta move my mouse out of the way here for a second. I think still my favorite planet is Microtech. So I'm not going to say that word, but your boss is a jerk, let's say. And the problem is you're self-employed. I've dealt I think everybody that's probably watching this stream or there's always, you know, some job or something. You always run into a person that's arrogant or just not a good person. That's your boss. So I've obviously, you know, my age and stuff, I'm 48. I've run into my fair share. I'm happy where I work now. I work with, I joined a team with other 2 designers and stuff for Matt, and they're great. They're phenomenal. And our GM is awesome. Our sales staff is great, and kind of fortunate to have really good co-workers and a good working environment. And then when I relocate down south in about 6 months, I'll be able to continue where I'm at and just working from home. So that'll be nice. I do work from home a couple of days during the week, which my dogs really, really do appreciate. So, okay, we're going to switch back to the... How in the heck did I get into this mode? Bear with me, everybody. There we go. We got out of the mode. Okay, let's head over to the Ambitious Dream Station. I'm going to take my speed limiter off. One little quick jump. Our next jump should be to Crew L1. There we go. Okay, while we're quantuming, I'm going to put my dogs out for their last potty and none nights break. So everybody that has watched or has been watching, appreciate you guys' time. I will be back in 10 minutes or less. I'm going to send you guys over to my really cool Be Right Back loading screen that I made in After Effects. That's the way I roll. So I will be back in just a few.
Let me escape from this unlove, 'cause I'm a prisoner. I just want to look my way and never back to you. I'm not a puppet. Let me be myself. I'm not a puppet. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. Let me be myself. I'm not a puppet. Let me be myself. I'm not a puppet. Let me be myself. Fallen one too many times, feeling like it never ends. Back again, square one. Tried to leave myself behind, looking for a better place, not to stay alone. Gain our trust and you chose to break it. Ask for truth but you only fake it. Thought you said what we had was sacred. It's all lies, all lies. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't try, 'cause this time you crossed the line. This time you crossed the line. Funny how the tables turned. Didn't think I'd go this far, but here we are, the end. Now you're just a lesson learned, a slowly fading memory, so I can breathe
we had was sacred. It's a life, a life. I was broken and isolated, but inside held the fire waiting. Not a word that you say can save this, so don't cry, 'cause this time you crossed the line.
Clouds are stirring up the sky. I was always in denial of what I saw right in front of me. And every time I'm so damn lost to what I loved and what I lost. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head. It's telling me to say the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever, forever. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. I wanna run away with you. Let's run away together. Let's run away. Let's run away together. Let's run away. Swear we'd never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies with something that I thought I'd never find. And what is right and what is wrong, and all I ever saw was love. But let's get lost in love tonight. Hear a second voice inside my head. It's telling me to say the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever, forever. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Let's run away together. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten. Forever, forever. Let's run away together. Darling, I've been tempted by the darkness, telling me that I should throw it all away. Fight so hard, my heart is hardly helpless. Find myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay it down.
And we are back. Dogs are in from their potty breaks, safe and sound. Catch up on chat. You're lucky. You want to get into graphic design when you're younger, but my parents thought I'd never make a living, so I didn't support me going to college. Funny story for me. So my family is law enforcement or medical. So I went to the Air Force, and I ended up getting, about a week before graduation, I got discharged, Class A, because I have Tourette's, which would have been nice knowing that before I went in, because I always thought I was just weird. I never understood why. You know, I had my tics and stuff like that. And, yeah. So I got out of the Air Force, and I went to school for law enforcement. Did a year and a half on my 2-year degree, and I was sitting down at home one night watching TV and stuff, and there was a commercial for the School of Communications and Arts. And it was for 3D. And I'd always loved drawing. I was really good at drawing. Not like phenomenal, but enough to do a little bit of damage and stuff. And I saw that, and yeah, my parents did not support me whatsoever. Short of fists being thrown at me when I told them I was going to move to the Twin Cities for that. And then I got there, got signed up for the school, really excited about it. And we had our family reunion probably about 2 weeks before I was supposed to start college. So I was already moved in and stuff. I got financial aid was all done. And my cousin's husband was at the, with her at the family reunion, and we're chatting and stuff. And, you know, they asked me what I was doing for college, and I told them I was so excited. And my cousin's husband's like, what was the name of the school again? And I told him, and he's like, you should probably find a different college. And that's all he said. Well, he worked for the FBI, and then he eventually worked for the Treasury Department, and his specialty was fraud. Well, long story short, about a week before I was supposed to start up for my 3D schooling, they got busted for student loan fraud. So then I was down in the cities, and I was like, well, what the heck do I do now? And luckily, I was able to get into a different graphic design school. It didn't have 3D animation and stuff. I ended up eventually finishing my design degree, and then switched over and went to the Renaissance Center in Dixon, Tennessee, and got my certification. Ooh, that's a little too close to that pylon. I'm getting my certification in Maya for my 3D schooling and stuff. But I envy kids nowadays, just because the video training and stuff that's available now, you don't really need a degree to get a design job, as long as you can show a portfolio and that you can actually do it. By all means, you can find a position somewhere. You had to change to electrical engineering. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. You're a smart person. Smarter than me. I don't know if I could do all that. Those are cute dogs. We have a golden doodle, Harry and Luna. Very cool. Thank you. They are my kids with fur. About, I think we're going on about 3 weeks now. Katie, she's 12. She's my German Shepherd, Akita. She ended up tearing her ACL. So she's been on some pain meds and stuff. She's doing good. She's getting used to kind of walking on, one good back leg as best she can. But yeah, she's getting around good. Do the x-rays and stuff. The surgery for the ACL is I think $7,000 to $9,000. I don't know if that includes the MRI or not. But she's 12, and I think at this point it would do more harm than good. So I looked at like assisted braces that can get done for her when it gets to that point. I mean, if I have to use one of those slings to kind of help her around, obviously I'll do whatever I can, make sure she has the best quality of life. Hey, Cynical, thanks for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a good night, a good weekend. Your two-legged kids have moved out and start their own lives. So it's just the wife and I and the dogs and me. Yeah. Never had the option to, never had kids. I have an ex-wife that I had stepkids and stuff. Two boys they were a handful. Their daughter was smart as a whip. But that's about the closest I got to two-legged kids. Okay, I think this is going to be on the other side. Yeah, okay. I should probably fix my camera. Catch up on chat here in just a second as I try not to run into the space station. I should just probably fix my camera right now before I crash into something. Let's bring it out. There we go. Okay, where in the heck am I in relation to the space station? There we go. I'll catch up on chat here in just a few. Let's get this ship put to bed. VTOL. Whoa, there's a speed burst I wasn't expecting. Turn the engines off. Catch up on chat here. Cynical, hey, where can you sell RMC and CM at now? I was trolling around looking for people playing Star Citizen and salvage ships, hoping somebody knew how to do it in 3.42422. So when I salvage with a vulture, I typically go to New Babbage to sell there. But I have had luck at Area 18. But on this this last run, I landed at Area 18 and the trade center, the terminal. So tonight I had a successful run with a vulture, got to Area 18, unloaded the cargo with my Atlas, dropped it down in the elevator, went to the TDD terminal, and it would not pull from the station at all. So I wasn't able to sell it. So I'm like, well, did that just bug out? But I checked my inventory from one of the inventory terminals, and the crates are still there. So I don't know if it's just a bug currently right now where you can't access it. Feral, I love that name. I like the Feral 80s kid. I like your icon there. I get a chuckle out of that. Your daughter got married and moved to Kentucky. Her son is finishing his last year of medical school. Smart kid. up the road at East Tennessee University. Okay. It's funny because he wants to be a pediatrician, and he has a huge and strong, or he's huge and strong as a bull. So bigger guy, big muscular guy. He was on the university weightlifting team. Very cool. I'm going to be. My new place is being built. It should be about 6 months away, and it's going to be Northeast Tennessee. And I'm going to be coming there from the Great White North. So I'm looking at probably spring. And so I'm not too far from, I won't be too far from Sevierville area. And luckily the portion where I'm going to be going didn't get hit too bad from the hurricane. But I'm definitely looking forward to warmer winters. Summers will be a little bit hotter, right? So there's always a trade-off, switching geographical locations. Plus, like up here in Minnesota, the only thing that's going to kill you is either the cold or a bear or a wolf. Down there, I'm going to have to... Is it diamondbacks? Snakes that I have to worry about? And the certain spider, like the recluse. So, I'm not looking forward to that, especially with my dogs. We've driven through Tennessee a bunch of times when crossing the country. It is absolutely beautiful. I know when I went to Dixon for my 3D schooling, basically coming from down through Illinois, excuse me, and you come through like the carved out valley area of the mountains into Nashville, and then I went west to Dixon. And then when I sold my second tiny house and went to go look at my property and then meet with a builder and stuff last year, I ended up going through Nashville and then heading east and driving through the mountains and stuff. And oh my God, I could drive through there, through Tennessee, and not get bored. It's gorgeous. And where I'm going to be at, it's off in the distance, but you can see the Smoky Mountains. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous view. It's like an hour from me. You live right in the middle of where the hurricane hit. Oh, one of the bridges they kept showing us washing away. I did see that. I think one of the towns closer to where I'm going to be was the downtown was under 8 feet of water. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about skunks. Yeah, we've Newport is probably one of the closer towns and stuff. They were 8 feet underwater. Yeah, when I was living further out in the country. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the first one, I ordered the shell and then finished it off myself inside, all the water, electrical, and plumbing stuff. The plumbing, I should take that back. I did some of it, but then I hired a contractor just because we needed to get sheetrock up, and they could do it a lot faster than I could. I did all the PEX plumbing and stuff, but when it came to, like in my shed to house conversion I did, the lofted barn cabin, I do miss that house. But instead of having to use like the macerating toilets, if I put basically, if you'll see in the video, especially in the final tour, I finally went through with everything all finished out. I raised up the area of the bathroom, I think it was 10 inches. And by doing that, I was able to get traditional plumbing in there and stuff. So I was able to have just a normal toilet and bathtub like everybody else. And then, hello there, buddy. You're going to be sightseeing too? in the tiny house on wheels, I was gonna build the shell myself and stuff, but I'm not a spring chicken, so I ended up buying the shell from a gentleman down in Ohio, and then I had it delivered up here, and then I spent, it was like 2 months doing all the, just reframing the interior with the loft and stuff, and the bathroom area, and then just running all the electrical. I got done in, I think, like 6 hours. It was pretty easy. But it's funny because no matter this, even with the smaller of us, having a house smaller, it still amazes you how much wire you have to run. What you do for AC? Do you use a window unit, split system, or just a portable AC or something? So in my first house, I did the shed house conversion. I actually just got a vertical air conditioner that I had in my bedroom at one end of the house, and I'd set that like 64 in the summertime, and everything was spray foamed. So literally the whole entire house would be an ice box. It was amazing. And then I did a stock tank pool, the round ones, conversion into a swimming pool outside, and put an awning over it, and then just cut my holes and did my baffles and bought like an actual pool filter that was way oversized for what I had. But I'd use that to cool off and relax there in the evenings and stuff like that when it was hot out. As far as like the heater, so the first house I did, I had a Rinnai propane furnace. They're a Japanese brand. And I was at that house for, 12, 13 years. Never had any issues with it. And that thing would heat you out of the house. And it was really energy efficient. So when I sold that and bought the tiny house on wheels and built that, I could have gone with the mini split. And in hindsight, I probably should have, because then you get the AC and the heat pump. But the reason I didn't go with the heat pump, or didn't go with the mini split version, is because I didn't know if I was going to be staying in Minnesota. And, you know, when we hit January up here and it's minus 30 and stuff, those, dual AC heat pump units, once you get down to a certain temperature, they're not as efficient anymore, just because it's so darn cold outside. So I ended up going with the same furnace, but it's a little bit smaller of a model in my the tiny house on wheels, and that worked out great. Can't say anything bad about Rinnai furnaces. They're phenomenal. And then I just use a window air conditioner. The new place I'm going to, since I will be living down in Tennessee. Hey, thanks, Cynical, for the subscription on YouTube. Appreciate it. So when I'm going down to Tennessee for my next tiny house, I'm gonna go with the mini split, the dual function, so you have the heat pump and the air conditioning, just because it's gonna be in a much warmer climate, and I don't have to worry about it getting to minus 30 during the winter time. I think for me, the reason I got into tiny houses was in college, being a poor college person, I never had any good luck with roommates. So I would say through my college days, or my younger days, I always had studio apartments. You know, one, they were easier to find. You know, two, they were a lot cheaper. And stuff. So I just got accustomed to the tiny, cozy space. And I never really had ambitions for like a McMansion and stuff like that, because it's more time you got to spend cleaning. So the first tiny house that I had, the barn cabin conversion, I actually just had an iRobot in there. I think it was like the J2 version. And I'd have it run twice a day, and I didn't have to clean my house at all. It did such a good job. Hey, Ken Baron, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that over on Twitch. Thank you so much. How are you doing tonight? You taught English in Japan for a while and had a very, very tiny apartment. There it was, pretty nice in a lot of ways. It's funny you should mention that because I would love to go to Japan someday. It's on my bucket list. And there's a channel on YouTube that I watch where they do 4K walkarounds. During the daytime and night, I really like the nighttime because there's so much going on in Tokyo with all the lights and stuff. But yeah, that's on my bucket list. Have you ever seen the series Better Late Than Never? It has George Foreman, Terry Bradshaw, the gentleman that played the Fonz, and there's one more I can't remember right now. But when they did their video or their series or season when they went over to Japan, it was, if you haven't seen it before, it's Better Late Than Never. It's the one where they go to Japan. It's absolutely hilarious. You'll be busting a gut. Doing good. Got a follow on YouTube too, I guess, huh? I do appreciate that. Henry Winkler. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so they did one in Japan, and then they did a second series when they're over in Europe. Europe one was good. The one in Japan was, I think, the best out of the two. It's so funny. Yeah, I looked at different options when I sold my house. I've never been able... I mean, I did Spanish back in the day and stuff, and I don't know if it's just my age or my learning process. I don't think I could learn Japanese to save my life. But I looked at different options when I sold, because you can buy some reasonably priced property in Japan. There's always some catches with it, because I was following one channel where, you know, people that have passed away that are on the rural areas, Japan offers free houses. But you got to bring them up to code and spec and stuff like that. So there is a cost in that. But I looked at that. I looked at Thailand just for the heck of it. Just, you know, different areas and stuff. The spoken language is pretty easy. The written is a lot harder because of having to memorize. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that word. But I know what you're talking about, the characters and stuff. Yeah, the writing is beautiful. It's an art form. I've been thinking of playing Star Citizen again, but you don't know how stable hauling is in the current update. So, in the last week of streaming, which I usually do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8, and then weekends is kind of hit or miss. I say out of the last 2 weeks, this has probably been my best night running in the live server. Right before CitizenCon, the PU live server has been completely dog crap. Lots of 30Ks, a lot of errors, but for me, I don't know if I'm just lucky this evening, but it's been running really well. And I do the what, $10 a month pledge store thing. So I do get access to the PTU. So what I kind of do for me, and I've just got back into the game about 2.5 months ago, is I'll do the PU, and then once the servers start getting really bad or I start having just a crappy time, I'll switch over to the PTU, and sometimes the PTU runs better than the PU and stuff. Mr. E, show us your GAT. GAT, I'm not sure what you mean. It is late, so it might be something that's obvious, but I'm just not picking up. What you really like about Eastern Europe are the living expenses, about $400 per month for bills and food, so I got to partially retire early. Nice. Yeah, when I moved out of here and down south, I think my total living expenses be actually right around where you are, right about under $500 a month. So I'll be semi-retired. I'll probably just do my 9 to 5 design job weekly, and probably drop down to part-time on that, and kind of sit back and relax. That's good. I've been nicknamed a box rat by a couple friends because of my obsession with hauling cargo. Good for you. For me, doing cargo, and I do a little more salvaging in the streams just because I'm trying to make just a lot faster to make money. But I did buy a raft, and I've only used that once for doing big cargo runs. Otherwise, when I do cargo, I typically hey, thanks Frank for the follow or subscription, sorry, on YouTube. Appreciate that. How's your night going? But when I usually do cargo, I'll take out my Cutlass Black and put the Atlas in the back of it, and then just kind of, you know, just go pick up the easy contracts and stuff. That's the nice thing. It's just so chill. I'm not really into the PvP or anything like that. Farrell, you're having 3.18 flashbacks with the last patch, but the hotfixes seem to have straightened out for me. Yeah, it was. Was it like 2 days before CitizenCon? It's been really rough. Wish you could own a raft. I think I need concierge or something to get one. I only have the freelancer max. I think that you can buy the raft in game, I believe, can't you? At Lorville, I think. Has the game improved performance-wise in the last few months? That's a good question. Yes and no. That's not really gonna be a straightforward answer. You know, it's Star Citizen, so you can jump in, say, 7 days out of the week, and maybe 2 of those 7 days, maybe 3, you'll have bugs that you can work around and have a good time. Sometimes, you know, the other days and stuff, you just run into bug after bug after bug, and it gets frustrating. But, I mean, it's still fun. It can be frustrating quite a few times. Well, in the game, yes, but I'm broke because I got pirated. Oh, gotcha. Well, you know, if you want to jump over to my Discord, links in the YouTube description, you can join, and if you want to join in, we can take my vulture out, do some salvaging, and make some currency for you if you want. I'm always looking for, so anybody that's watching the stream now, like I said, I do have a Discord. You guys are more than welcome to join, and I'm up for anything. I don't really want to do pirating and stuff like that or PvP, but if you want to do bunkers, do salvaging, do cargo runs and stuff, or just go out and explore, I'm all about that. Runs pretty good most of the time, but it will still slap you in the face and remind you that it's alpha and broken. Yeah, it does do that, doesn't it? The only thing I've experienced tonight, like that's happening to me right now, is the game will freeze up. I don't get a server error or anything, but it usually, like maybe 20-second max, it kind of comes back to me. Well, technically speaking, we could make a ton by filling up a freelancer. Yeah, definitely. I'd be definitely up for that loop. I joined another streamer that had helped me. Pagan Linux Geek. He's on YouTube and Twitch. I'll do a little plug for him. But I went out with his group, and we ended up by the pyro jump point. He brought some of his bigger ships out there, and we had 3 or 4 vultures just salvaging away. You solo salvage the vulture in the C2. Nice. So I'm assuming that you can get the vulture in the C2, I'm guessing. What other games do I like? So after all my computer issues that I've had with my new build. I had a power surge last week, which wiped out everything except for my processor, my mother, or my graphics card. Thank God. So today I just started reinstalling my games. So I've done Tarkov, the PvP, but once PvE became available, I started doing that. So I have that game. I haven't played it in a while. Cyberpunk is one that I enjoy. I just got that reinstalled. Ghost Recon Wildlands. Thanks, Reese. It's been really frustrating. So last Thursday, just before CitizenCon, CitizenCon was that weekend, I had a power surge. My computer, I went all out. I'm older and I wanted something nice. So I have it plugged into a new APC backup. Have I tried Armor Reforger? I think so, but I'm just not into the Call of Duty, the PvP aspect of it. Is that correct? That's what it is, I think. I do have Arma installed, and I did some group play with a couple buddies for the missions. I did enjoy that. So when I had the power surge, I had my computer hooked up to the APC backup, but I didn't have it. I had it plugged in the surge port, not the battery plus surge, so it shut off. Both the ports are surge protected. When the power came on, it took out my motherboard, my RAM, and my power supply. So I replaced all those, and I've still had like gremlins running in the system where it hasn't been running right, and it won't even turn off if you hit the power button, even with the new power supply. So after you're in the Discord now, awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, just shoot me a DM if you want to run and do some cargo runs and stuff. I'd be happy to hang out, have some fun. So I've had the issue where I've had to like jumpstart my computer, right? I mean, everything's checks out, everything's plugged in correctly and stuff. And the 24-pin connector goes to your motherboard, or 20-pin, whatever it is. I'll plug that into a power supply tester. Lights up, every voltage is all good. And then if I turn off the power supply and I plug it back in, turn it on, it still won't fire. And the weirdest thing is if I redo it, where I turn the power supply on, put the power supply tester onto the 24-pin cable, all the lights turn on and stuff. If I don't turn off the power supply, take off the power supply tester, plug it into the motherboard, the computer boots up. The weirdest thing. And I've been on forums and Tom's Hardware and Reddit and stuff. So what I did some more deep diving, because I've been pulling my hair out, what little hair I have on my head, to figure it out. And so today, because I did like Cinebench, right? And all that stuff. So if it was my processor or my graphics card, the computer would have shut down. So what I ended up doing is I found a forum tucked away, and I took off my water cooler and took out my processor, clean off all the thermal paste and stuff, reset the processor, which there was nothing wrong with it in the first place. So it was in there correctly. Put the water cooler back on, and bada bing, bada boom, everything worked. So it has been a suffer. I've been suffering with Ghosts in the Machine. You hate Tarkov PvP, but you like PvE. Started playing Once Human the last few days while Star Citizen was having a tantrum. So I played Once Human when it first came out in the alpha, and I enjoyed that. There's a little bit of Fallout, a little bit of sci-fi stuff, and I played that for about a month. And I'm trying to think, I think I went back to Enshrouded. Enshrouded I really liked. Valheim was another game I enjoyed. I do like Cult of the Lamb. That's a fun game. I have a pretty big Steam library of games I just haven't played yet. You know, they have the Steam sale every so often, so I'll go ahead and grab some at a discount and stuff. I have not tried that game yet. I'm trying to think what other games. That's your way to go for a chill game. I haven't heard of that game. I'll add that to my list to check it out. Trying to think whether back in the day I really enjoyed like Age of Empires. I do like the top-down stuff. I think one of the best games I've played in a long time, most recently, was Baldur's Gate 3. That game, hands down, was the best game I have played in a very long time. It's like Animal Crossing, but AU themed. Okay. You know, I had a Switch, and I'm 48 years old. I'm a big burly guy, and I played Animal Crossing. I love that game. And like, it's just chill. Just sit back and I don't know. I enjoyed it. I like Zelda too. That was a good game. Am I thinking of trying Monster Hunter Wild? I've seen that game. I haven't picked it up. I picked up what is the other game where the lady, it's female character. She has a bow and arrow. And it's kind of set in like a futuristic where there's robot machines. Trying to remember. Horizon. Yep. I think I have Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West on my computer. I had a PlayStation 5 for a while, and I was playing it on there. And got rid of the PlayStation because I had so many computers, just one of the downsides. But I haven't picked it yet up on the PC. You got your internet back? Nice. My wife is addicted to Ark Survival Evolved. I have seen that. Looks like a fun game. But yeah, most recently the Baldur's Gate 3 was... I think that's how games should release. You played a lot of Ark. It was fun. Nice. I think one of the games I'm looking forward to coming out is the new open world that No Man's Sky Studios is producing. I haven't seen any news on that lately. Otherwise, I think like one of the top 5 games that I love is Division. That was always my bread and butter. I love that game. D1, D2, and then now they're done with Star Wars Outlaws. They're going to focus back on D3. So I'm thinking D3 is probably about 2 or 3 years out. But I mean, the improvement they did from D1 to D2. I can't wait till D3 comes out. I love the Division series. I've sunk so much time into that game. And it's grindy, but it's a good grind. It doesn't feel like it's laborsome at all, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And it's a great game to play with other people. Favorite game of all time is Homefront: The Revolution. What kind of game is that? I don't think I've seen... I think I've heard of Homefront, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Getting PTSD from thinking about D2 hardest mode and the drone commander guy. Yeah. First person shooter with story. Okay. Yeah, we used to do my buddies weren't... They were all good. But they didn't have any interest in like the raids and stuff. So like when the first raid came to D2, they jumped off. I jumped in with another team and stuff. And it was the first one they released, so you had to make your way in, and then you had to beat the guy with was it the sledgehammer that came out, or the miniguns? And then after you beat him, you had to go in the room and do the off-gassing stuff, and then after that was the 2 robots. I got as far as the 2 robots, and it was already like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I had to get up to go to work at 8 a.m. So we tried to do the robots for so long, and I'm like, I got to bounce, guys. I have to get some kind of sleep to be functional the next day. And as soon as I had jumped out, mind you, we had been doing the robots for a good 3 hours, and we get so close, but we'd always fail. As soon as I jumped out after they ran it 3 more times, they ended up passing it. So, and I think the reward for that was the Eagle Bearer. Nice. D2, you've completed everything, generally speaking. Very cool. Yeah, I like that you were able to, go up in the tiers and then the invaded missions. I mean, yeah, it was a lot of like running them and stuff when you're trying to like grind for a certain exotic or component or whatever. But you could usually speed run them pretty fast. And once you got up to a certain level and stuff and you had a good build, you could get through them, get through the missions pretty fast. You've never done a D2 raid, couldn't be bothered trying to find a group. Yeah. That's one of the hard things with the raid is when it first started out is just finding competent people that were good at the game. And then you're thrown in with a bunch of random people. So nobody, when you run with a group of like I ran with a group of 4. It was me and 3 other guys. After playing for a while, everybody's style. After a while, that, hey, if you're here, the other person's covering your 6 and the other one's over here. So you get that situational awareness. But when you did the matching there with a whole bunch of randoms, it was a shit show. You really enjoy games that give you options, not just combat, but other non-combat looping as well. So have you played Baldur's Gate 3? You still don't have my... Okay. No, I haven't... Yeah, I haven't played Destiny. You love Destiny? Still need to do the new dungeon? I had looked at Destiny, but none of the guys that I typically ran with were interested, so I never went that route at all. Because I think we jumped from D2, we went back to Fallout 76 once it finally got to a point where it was an actual game. And you didn't sit there having to do that stupid post office DMV quest over and over because it would bug out. That I have PTSD from that quest. Oh my goodness. Then we did that. We did Cracklands, as my friends call it. We did Wildlands. Valheim was a lot of fun. I may or may not have called in sick just to build a base. On a few occasions. And then I don't mind those style games. I don't like Enshrouded was like the perfect balance for me. Yeah, it was the same mechanics of like Valheim and the other kind of games like that, but it just felt different. And I like that you didn't have to. Your food and your drinks and stuff were buffs. It wasn't a survival game where you have to make sure you always are fed and hydrated, otherwise you'll die. I just can't do those games anymore. Because I feel like it's like a life simulator. You ever played The Division 2? It's a phenomenal game. Division 1, even though I played the crap out of Division 2, excuse me. I think like a lot of people, I would jump back in a D1. I would avoid combat, and I would just walk the streets. The game was just stunning with the atmospheric effects, with like the snowstorms and the snow squalls and stuff like that. It was beautiful. I spent many of evenings just walking around and enjoying it. Division 1 is fun. You own it, but you haven't finished it. Yeah, I maxed out everything. And I think when I finally stopped playing is once they had, I don't remember what the terminology was, but you'd have a group of 4 people, and you'd basically run in the base, clear it out, get into a corner, and you just have wave after wave after wave to see how long you could survive. And I think I did that for quite a while, and then I eventually dropped out, and we switched to some other game. So I'm gonna do a shameless plug. Anybody that's watching on Twitch, I'm trying to hit my 50 follower goal. So if you want to hit the follow button, I would greatly appreciate that. If not, no worries. YouTube, you can like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get a cool email if you're not in my Discord that says, hey, I'm live. Come hang out, watch me suffer. Just chat a little bit. That's my shameless plugs. So. Yeah, like I said, this is probably in the last 2 weeks, this has probably been the most successful run I've had in Star Citizen thus far. Is there anything I can buy that I need? You know, let's buy some more ammo while we're here. That's one thing I always enjoyed about Cyberpunk, the weather and the skies, NPCs. It was just fun to walk around. Yeah. So before my system went all hairy-carry, I started installing Nexus mods. And gaming at 4K and those mods, oh my god, I was able to get the game just beautiful. And then there's that body cam plugin for it. So in certain areas, the realism is just even better. It's just crazy. So I reinstalled Cyberpunk today. I got the Nexus mod manager downloaded. So I got to go through and try to find one of the YouTube videos that I had stowed away in a Cyberpunk playlist on YouTube to try to remember what mods I had installed. I tried the real traffic one. It was cool for the first 15 minutes until you realize that you ain't getting anywhere on the roads because there's so much traffic. I wonder, do you know the show? It's the show Space Battleship Yamato. American name is Star Blazers. I have not heard of that. I don't know if I'm kind of breaking the mold. So like when I grew up, even though I do designer and art and stuff like that, growing up I was a hockey player. I was a goalie. So I did hockey 24/7, 365. Summertime was goalie camps, coaching, the younger teams hosting goalie camps, and then playing varsity and all that stuff. No check, junior A's, all that good stuff. So I never had time for anime or comic books and stuff like that. I did, baseball cards, hockey cards and stuff, but I was just so busy. And I tell that to people because they're like, well, you do 3D, you're a designer and stuff. How can you not? It's like, I just never got into it because I just never had the opportunity. We weren't super rich growing up, so comic books were and stuff like that were more of a luxury item, I guess you could say. There is a couple of shows, like one of the classics is Princess Mononoke that I've wanted to see. I mean, obviously I watched like the animated series and stuff like Shrek animated movies. I never got into Toy Story too much. Monsters Inc. was another good one that I liked. The newest one, The Wild Robot, that came out, great storyline. It was a beautiful movie. I started watching the first few episodes on Netflix of Tomb Raider. And I think Ghost in the Shell is supposed to be, or no, Cyberpunk's supposed to be coming to Netflix, or maybe it's already there. And I think Gundam released a series I saw on my feed last week. There's stuff I want to check out. I just haven't made the time to do so. Like I was talking, I believe it was Rigger earlier, my favorite series to watch and rewatch is The Expanse on Prime Video. Hands down for me, that's the best sci-fi series I've ever seen. It's all about space combat. Season 1 came out in 1971. They made a remake in the 2000s. I knew of the remake. Yeah, there's like 7 seasons, the original show. Robots with Robin Williams. That was a great, yeah, I do love that. That was a great movie. Con the Expanse is also awesome. Yeah, it's great. And I'm glad they had quite a few seasons on there to watch. I think if you're new to it and you start watching, I think the first 3 episodes, it's kind of slow, but then after that it picks up. Once they get on the Resonate and get captured by Mars and all that stuff happens, and they finally get back to the original space station and stuff, then it kind of starts filling. The story kind of starts filling in from there. My pups are all tuckered out on the bed. Nothing better than a cold night and snuggling in with fur. For me personally, I always figure if I have to bend down to pet my dog, it's too small. And I like mutts. So I get a pretty good furry crew. Fun fact, I was reading, and it wasn't Wikipedia, so it could be true. The band 3 Dog Night got their name because if it was a cold night, you needed 3 dogs in bed with you to keep you warm. It's my fun fact tidbit of the night. Hey Matt, how's it going? Just started to learn Star Citizen myself. Very cool. What did you pick out for your starter package, your starter ship? I think when I started out, I went with a cutter. Just because the looks of it appealed to me. That's about it. Spence series, I mean. Just finished episode when the Martian girl defects to Earth. Yep. I think season 2. Apologies for potential spot. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, because she defects and then she, her preconception of everything she told was a lie. And then, oh, I don't know if I want to, she does. Have you seen the part where she actually reaches the ocean and gets to put her feet in the water and stuff? That's about all I'll say because I don't want to spoil the rest for you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's such a great series. Couldn't tell you. You bought it pre-COVID and totally forgot, never played. No worries. You chose the Titan for its cargo space and DPS. Nice. I popped up lately, so I figured I'd give it a try. Just reinstalled Star Citizen, so I'm going to go hop on. I'll be here in chat. Good deal. Well, I'm probably going to end my stream in a little bit. But thanks for stopping in and joining the Discord. Matt, I do have a Discord. Links should be in the description for YouTube. You're welcome to join. I have a section in there for obviously tiny house stuff. But it's growing community. I have a few people in there that are Star Citizen players as well. And if you want to learn anything, I don't know everything about everything, but I know a little bit enough to be dangerous. So if you want to learn salvaging, I have a vulture. I'd be happy to take you out, whether it's on live stream or not. Be happy to help you out. That's one nice thing about Star Citizen is there's a pretty great community where people are more than willing to go out of their way to make time to help people out. So I like to kind of keep that tradition. So, but yeah, you're welcome to check out my Discord. Send me a DM on there if you want, and let me know what your availability is and what you want to do, and I'll be happy to run with you. And anybody in chat, for that matter. So I am going to jump out for a quick break. I'll be back in about 6 minutes. I got to take a bio break here. So dogs are already out for their last time in the night. So let me switch over to my very cool Be Right Back animation screen. I'll throw some music on for you guys, and I will be back in probably about 6-7 minutes. So I will be right back. Thanks for your guys' time. I'll see you in a few.
staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it. So I'm crazy. Oh my baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy. Won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop. Got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me. I can take you down for a ride. I take you around my life. Jaywalking, crosswalking, lip locking, but you, I know it, you know it, we make it.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. of you. Dripping lights paint the skies. Only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me.
And I'm back. Oh, yeah, error for being gone too long. You're welcome, Matt. Happy to help. I had planned to run with the group I ran with last night. We had a lot of fun and learned a lot from doing the refinery. But with the computer issues and stuff, unfortunately, obviously I didn't get on stream till like 9 o'clock tonight. So if those guys are watching, I just caught up on the chat. The Discord, I apologize. I believe I have everything fixed. I ended up reseating and thermopasting my CPU in AIO. And it took me a while because I've had so many gremlins running in. It's a new system build. And after doing even more research for the 7950X 3D AMD chip, a lot of people have had the same issues with the AM5 boards. And it can just be as simple as just shutting everything down, opening it up, taking off your cooler on your processor, taking the processor out, taking the thermal paste out, and just reseating it, which makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Because if it's done correctly the first time and it runs for like 4 months without issues, I don't understand why all of a sudden it would just be like, you know what, I'm just not going to work and make you pull your hair out. So I'm looking forward to hopefully one of the next streams. Probably, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I got my mom's birthday and a few other things to take care of. But I'm hoping Monday we can all get together and do some running, have some fun. So we learned a lot from that last night. So if anybody watches last night's stream, guys are great. It was kind of a shit show for me. For some reason, Discord, even with the TTS turned off, somehow notifications were announcing themselves and reading and trying to talk to the guys on stream with the Discord and gaming at the same time with that coming in the background was an absolute nightmare. But I finally figured that out, and then for some reason OBS wasn't picking up the Discord chat, so it looked like I was just happy talking to myself. But I got that solved as well. So the next one should go a lot smoother and stuff. So anybody from the group that's watching afterwards tonight after the stream, I do apologize, and I am looking forward to running once again. So it was a lot of fun. But so yeah. And I am looking at the time, and it's 12:32. I should probably hit the hay. So yeah. If you're new to my stream on Twitch, I'm trying to hit a 50 follower goal. I'd appreciate if anybody could hit that follow button, help me out. YouTube, you can like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and it will let you know when I go live. On YouTube, you get a cool little email. Otherwise, I will do have a Discord. Tiny House stuff, as well as Star Citizen. And Discord's growing. We added 2 or 3 new members tonight. Appreciate you guys' jumping in and joining and stuff. So, yeah, I'm up for doing bunkers, cargo, anything except for PvP stuff in Star Citizen. I'm up for. So you can DM me anytime, and I'll get back to you. We can set up either on stream or off stream. We can hook up and stuff and have some fun in the verse. So with that, I will thank you guys immensely for your time. It's been wonderful. I love having live chat going back and forth. You guys absolutely make my stream fantastic. Put a smile on my face. So, but yeah, with that, I will say once again, thank you all for taking the time to jump in, watch the stream, and chatting and stuff. And I hope you guys have a great night and a good rest of the weekend. And yeah, I will catch you. My next live stream will be Monday. I don't know if I'll be jumping in tomorrow night, but if you go on the Discord, I'll put it in there and stuff for announcements and all that good stuff. So have a good night, everybody. Take care, be safe, and I will catch you either tomorrow, but most likely it'll be Monday, 8 o'clock. Laters.
As I wake up every morning, I wish the day would end. Because a day without you in my life, I don't know how to mend. And I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. I was like, eh, 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 oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 no, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided. I'm blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was a villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. right